What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris Style
And Mal.
podcast, episode 52. TakeOver Wednesday nights. You know how we do it Wednesday night.
Hmm.
A little bit more gritty and more raw.
Yeah.
Talk about a little bit more stuff on Wednesday nights than we do on our Monday pods. But I hope everybody's having a good night. Super Bowl week. We got lots of stuff to talk about. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And we are back. Cris Style and Mal podcast, episode 52. Take over Wednesdays. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a good night. Mal, what's going on?
Not much, bro. You know what I mean? Another beautiful day happening. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Just ready for Sunday, Just
I know. It's patiently. I know you've been patiently waiting for this week for the last couple days. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It
man.
seems like it's going by pretty fast.
Opening night was fun, man. You should have came, brother.
Yeah, man. Tell us about it, man. Tell us about opening night, man. What was the highlights of that?
There was a lot of people there. Sit
Mm-hmm.
anywhere, it was, free seating. They had the
Mm-hmm.
food, all the stuff, all the food stations was open. Um, of course, all the liquor stations was open, and it was cool though, man. You see all the media people down and on the field. I probably shouldn't have switched my seat. I probably would have got a better view of Patrick Mahomes and them, or all of them was on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
There was, of course, as you would expect it, because we're closer to San Francisco, there was an overwhelming lot of San Francisco fans
Yeah.
out there. The way you heard it on TV, it was much louder in the
What
building.
was it like? 3-1,
Yeah,
4-1,
yeah.
something like that.
So every two Chiefs fan is probably about six of them.
You think it's gonna be the same way for the Super Bowl, or you think it might be a little different?
It's gonna be different because you know how the Super Bowl is, man. It's more
Yeah,
corporate motherfuckers at the building. It's not really, It's gonna be a few Chiefs fans sprinkled there. It probably might be more. It's probably gonna be more San Francisco fans, but not like how it was in the building for the opening night. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It was only $30 to get in, so
Okay,
you
okay.
know everybody was. You know what I'm saying? So it was a packed house, so you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, and it was fun. It was a good time. Seeing them, do their little interviews and stuff like that, and seeing some of the people, Scott Hansen and some of the top tier media people that you see on TV, seeing them on the field was cool, man. And then
okay.
seeing some of the players, interviewing. I was in front of Rasheed Rice's booth,
Hmm.
Trey Smith, Justin Reed. Then I saw Pacheco's. He was at the end.
Okay.
But like I said, if I hadn't moved, I would have been on the side with Mahomes and Kelsey and all them.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it was good, man. It was
So how
fun. It
was
was
how
fun.
was the so you been in the stadium when it was just like a regular season game and stuff like that? How did the vibe in there look? For Super Bowl, like the field, the lighting, all that
Um,
stuff like that.
well, I'm pretty for sure it's gonna look different on
Hmm.
game day.
Hmm.
This was really just set up for the media.
Hmm.
And it's funny when you get closer to that field, it looks so. I ain't gonna say it looks small, but it looks like from where we were sitting. You know how we look down,
Oh
it
yeah,
looks
yeah,
big.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
But when you get like right there in that front rows and down at the lower level, it's like, damn, they playing on this field.
Hmm.
like, like yeah, it look that big.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
sure it's big. But I was telling my boy Stan, I'm like, from the shoot, we probably breathing hard from the 5 to the 10.
yeah. You know what I mean? It's different when you got to run up and down that mug. So for sure. So
So no, but it was fun, man. Everybody was cool. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was rowdy. Just like I said, when Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and them and Brock Purdy and all them was on the stage. That's when really the 49er fans. Because even when they had introduced the Chiefs,
Hmm.
none of the 49er fans was like booing or nothing. It was just like everybody, all the Chiefs fans was cheering when Andy Reid and all them was coming out, to the
Hmm.
stage or whatever. Everybody was cool. It wasn't until Brock Purdy and them got on that stage, and that's when it was like boo, and it was loud too.
No, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
It was
Well, that's
over
what's
when,
up, man. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. Sucks
yeah,
I couldn't make it, but hey,
yeah,
it's your team in there, bro. You gotta enjoy
yeah,
it, man.
yeah, man. So yeah, but it was a good time. Shout out to the people who put everything together, man, and made that possible because that was fun. That was fun. All right, man. Let's talk about our first topic, man. There is word that ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery is teaming up to start a streaming platform for sports. So let me go ahead and pull this up and read this real quick. So, yeah, announced plans on Tuesday to launch a sports streaming platform in the fall that will include offerings from at least 15 networks on all four major platforms, professional sport leagues. One stop app to view most sports should be a welcome sight for fans who continue to navigate rising costs by subscribing to multiple services. Kevin Cream, the president and CEO of the ad measurement firm Edo, compared the three companies teaming up for sports to what some networks did with Hulu starting in 2008. So pretty much they're all coming together to share their, whatever, sports they show on their network is going to be a one-stop shop for all
Hmm.
of. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Now you ain't got to navigate and go on Hulu and watch that. You ain't got to go on Amazon Prime to watch this. You
Hmm.
got one stop shop. You want to watch football, basketball, hockey, whatever you want to watch, whatever your favorite sport is. They're gonna have one stop shop. They're coming together. I think that's dope.
Nah. I think it's dope. You know what I mean? You can kind of already see like the trend of like where
Mm-hmm.
everything's going more of like in the stream fashion. This is just another step away to get away from cable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the big thing is how much how much you think this thing is gonna cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what I mean? It's just gonna be another charge. I think if I had to take a guess with all this, I could see it starting at like maybe like $14 to $15 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But as they keep adding more stuff onto it, maybe different premium packages and stuff like that, I could obviously seeing it going more up. Like with me with my sports thing, man, it's like I need one thing. You know what I mean? I need to see my Lakers, which they're on like on a specific channel and stuff like that. And then obviously, with football, I need my red zone and all that type of stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a little weird, especially with some of the some of the ways where it's just like, what I mean, where you get the blackouts and stuff for certain teams like on the West Coast. Like I know a lot, like when I used to have like YouTube TV, like I could never watch the Lakers when they were on TNT when it was on TNT because of some blackout bullshit. So hopefully it's
Mm-hmm.
not like that. I know with HBO Max, they're showing TNT stuff where the blackout situation doesn't really take effect on those streaming services. So if it's something like that, then I think that might help me get away from, because right now I currently got like the direct TV stream, and that shit's almost like $100, bro. I only really got it just to watch my Lakers. But I honestly, it's just all going to depend on what you need as a sports fan. Some people just like to watch their specific teams. Some people like to watch all the teams. So I think it's dope. I think it's dope. I'm kind of curious to see the whole full what you're gonna get with this grouping. You know what I mean? So does that mean ESPN is slowly gonna start taking itself off of national like cable and stuff like that? I doubt it, but what I mean, they are doing a lot of layoffs, so maybe that might be one of the reasons why they did all the layoffs, so they can get this team up going on, because obviously you got to work out the logistics and you know split up the pie amongst all three. So should be interesting. What's the time frame? Did they give a time frame when They
They
said
just
all this
said
was going to go live
they just said in the fall.
in the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, I wonder if they're going to take away like obviously ESPN Plus and all that. Is that just going to be uh like integrated with it, or did it say anything of that?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
If they're adding ESPN to this, I would imagine that ESPN Plus is a part of this, but I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know.
Like honestly, like that too. Like since they're all partnered up, do you think you can get like maybe start getting like maybe more crossover stuff? Like maybe maybe seeing Skip Bayless and Stephen A getting back together. Maybe doing like a crossover with First Take, Undisputed. You think you can start seeing stuff like that? Maybe
I
more
don't know about
crossovers with like, like how the NBA TNT guys like Charles Barkley and all them with Stephen A and Michael Wilbon. You kind of saw that with the in season tournament thing. You kind of saw that a little bit. You think we can start seeing more of that?
that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about the Stephen A. and Scott. Like, probably, yeah, they cool, but I don't think they that cool anymore. Like, I think
Nah,
it's
but
been
if
some
it makes
stuff.
money, like with them, like I think they could push
Hmm.
aside whatever BS they have for like one show for like a special occasion, like like a Super Bowl stuff, something like that. You know what I mean? Or obviously, like let's say the Cowboys were to make it to the Super Bowl next year, you could have that whole dynamic with Stephen A. Skip again. You know what I mean? Like that would obviously do ratings, and Shannon Sharp bring Shannon Sharp back to the fold. Like be it'd be kind of like having all three of those kind of guys. You know what I mean? Back on like a special event. I think a lot of people would view at the would definitely want to watch that. You know what I mean? Especially with the whole dynamic with the relationships and stuff like that. And I think especially with Skip Bayless, obviously, you kind of hear the numbers that obviously, First Take's been really killing since Shannon Sharp has gone on the show. That Undisputed has been kind of
Hmm.
taking a little bit of a hit of that. I think with Skip Bayless, I think Skip Bayless might shove his pride to the side, to get his ratings a little bit back up with that too. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but just kind of like an idea. Like I'm just kind of curious of like the different ways they can like maybe start integrating like different personalities together, maybe integrating maybe different shows, kind of doing like a couple combinations for special occasions, stuff like that. No, just a curiosity on
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what different stuff they're gonna do.
it.
Now my fear is with this being integrated together that they do more of those exclusive playoff games on this app.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, honestly, like if
And
if
my
if you heard the Roger Goodell thing, like it seems like they were pretty pleased with the obviously despite all the outcries that everybody had, we all knew it was going to be pretty hard for people to not watch that game. You know what I mean? People were going to
Mhm.
still find a way to watch that game. So the numbers, they said, I still don't believe the numbers are as big as they say, but I'm sure they're gonna find ways to do it. Like the way he kind of said it was, it's like it's just a few games out of the year that this is happening on. It's not like 92 to 93% of the majority of the games are still on, you know, what everybody is used to. It's just a one couple games here and there. I still like I don't mind it. I don't mind it if it's like the international games, or whatever. You want to do that, like put them on Prime, whatever, put them behind a paywall. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I think a playoff game is something different to me because what I mean that just seems a little bit more just like all right, like now y'all starting to get greedy. Now y'all trying to put playoff games behind a paywall. Like eventually, like if they keep going down this, like are they gonna treat the Super Bowl like a pay-per-view? You know what I
That's what
mean?
I'm
Like
saying.
you know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
was about to
So
get to.
and honestly, like the way it's going, I low key kind of see that. You know what I mean? Because
Making
honestly,
people
like
pay for the
people
Super Bowl.
well, because here's the thing though, people can't control themselves. You know what I mean? Especially with something they're so addicted to. Like people are addicted to sports. People are addicted to sports betting. People are addicted to their teams. Like they will watch the Super Bowl. Like you know what I mean? It's been so ingrained into just our like lives. You know what I mean? We treat the Super Bowl like a
Hmm.
big holiday event. To me, I think the Super Bowl is probably bigger than Christmas. You know what I mean? In some aspects of certain people's lives. You know what I mean? So it could get to that point. If it ever did, obviously it'll be a big outrage. But if they keep seeing the numbers that they keep seeing, sooner or later, man, it's gonna be like, all right, we'll do. one wild card game. Then it's gonna be all right. We'll do all the wild card games, then we'll do the divisional games, then we'll do the or I could see them doing like, all right, we'll leave the wild card games alone, but when it comes to the AFC, NFC championship game and the Super Bowl, them shits is gonna be behind the paywalls. You know what I mean? Or they're gonna
Mhm.
treat it like more of like a pay per view event. Like obviously, I wouldn't see it being like boxing prices where it's like $80 type of shit, but eventually, man, I think they're gonna try it out just to see because they all about making want to make more money and stuff like that. So, but if they do that, not to keep dragging it on, it's gonna take a hit. I think it will turn some people off. Honestly, I
Mhm.
really do because especially where the society is, man, it just seems like everything keeps going up. You know what I mean? Like Netflix keep going up, cable bill keep going up, groceries keep going up. So some people is gonna be turned off, but it just depends on how many of those fan bases are gonna really stop watching football. Like, you know what I
And
mean?
they're,
Do you
and they're
think?
not. They're not.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Look, everything has a trend. Baseball used to be the pastime. Now it's football. Football ain't gonna last forever to be the sports time. Now I'm not saying it's gonna be ending quick, but eventually, like there'll be another sport that might take over football. Eventually, you know what I mean? There's always trends, baby.
I don't
There's
see
always
that happening.
trends.
I don't
Hey,
see that.
no one thought baseball would be dead, but you see where it's at now. You know what I mean?
But the
It's a
problem with
possibility. Don't
but
just don't.
but the thing about baseball was that baseball never evolved. That's why they got left by the wayside. They didn't evolve.
That's
Football
true,
is a continuous evolving door.
but
They're gonna make they cut and cut and cut to
I
make it
get
more
that.
viewable for the casual fan.
No, I totally understand that. But there's certain situations where sometimes you can just do too much to a product where it just kind of like it dissolves on its own because you kind of take away from the essence of what it really is. Kind of like not allowing defenses to hit. Everything seems like everything's going towards like touch football nowadays. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I get we want to try to protect the players and stuff like that, but sooner or later, the more and more stuff they do, the more and more they're going to alienate their customer base. And like, yeah, there always will be people that will always are just so addicted to this product, especially with gambling involved. Like, obviously, numbers are going to still stay. But I said, it's not going to happen in the next 10 years. I'm just saying, like, you don't know what's going to happen 20 years, 25, 30 years down the line. Shit always changes. Shit always has their ebbs and flows. But we'll see how it goes, man. There's some great things about it. And then obviously there's some very concerning things about it as well.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Tyrese. Um, Supposedly Tyrese said he wish he was Mexican. So I'm gonna let you lay this one up.
So Tyrese kind of like, he pretty much was saying like, the Mexican heritage, man, they're all about like, family, sticking together, all that type of stuff. Kind of just like implying like the black culture really doesn't really do that per se. So my question to you is, do you think he's tripping? Do you think he has a point? What do you think? What do you think with Tyrese's whole feels with the whole Mexican thing?
I mean, yes, do other cultures support each other more than probably the black culture? Yeah, they do.
Hmm.
Um, I don't, we don't have all day to really get into the nuances, but this has been our culture and community has been separated since slavery, man. Like they've been putting it in mentally for us to hate each other since then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Light skin hating dark skin.
Hmm.
Young hating the old. Like we've always been, made to divide because they know when we're together, we're strong. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? When we come together, we we've built this country.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So when they see us coming together and doing something positive, they've tried to tear us down.
Hmm.
And one of the biggest things they've done to tear us down is get our mind mentally to we're the only culture that talks about, oh, you light skin, you dark skin. Like white people don't care about that. Like, yeah, they may dog a redneck or whatever, but at the end of the day, they look at white as white. You know what I'm saying? When it
Hmm.
gets
Hmm.
down to it. Asians, they have their different, cultures and, whatever, but when it's time to get together, they come together. Same thing with the Latin community. So I get what he's saying, but I'm not sitting here wishing I was Mexican. And that's
Look,
no disrespect. And that's no disrespect. respect to the my Latin brothers and sisters out there. It's just I'm proud to be black, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I
for
get what
sure.
he's saying. I get what
Look,
he's saying.
look, we can get what he's saying. Back in the day, he still sounds like a fucking he still sounds like a fucking idiot for saying what he
Hmm.
fucking said. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could like, yeah, is it true that we have our own problems within our own communities? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Uh, I think that's the number one thing. I think we got to talk about it more.
Hmm.
I think our communities are so sensitive. With us calling each other out. Like, I think the moment you call out uh another person of our race, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, like, you tripping, you ain't with us. It's not that I'm not with it. It's not that I'm not with us. It's just I want to see us do better. You know what I mean? You see other coaches out here thriving, but yet we're still, I feel like we're thriving, but at a slower pace compared to others. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we're just as smart, we're just capable. Um, to be in the same positions as Jewish people, as Asian people, as white people. Obviously it's a little bit tougher with certain circumstances that that we are dealt with, but at the end of the day, if we come together, we are a very powerful group. What I mean? Just as anybody else. Like, yeah, I said, I agree with you. There's no disrespect to the Mexican culture. Like, at the end of the day, they have their own culture, their own beliefs that they have. You know what I'm saying? And they got some strong ones. You know what I mean? They stick together. They are about family, but we are about family too.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of healing that we need to do amongst our own culture. And I think
Hmm.
with Tyrese saying some stuff like this, it sounds like idiotic to me. Instead of you saying you want to be Mexican, why don't you just say, let me help be the one that helps men rebuild that culture back up of family, of
Yeah.
us being together, of us investing in our businesses, and getting property, stuff like that, keeping the money within our communities. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff that we got to figure out, that we got to start teaching each other, teaching our inner cities and stuff like that. I said it's tough based on the certain circumstances that we're in, but saying stuff like this doesn't really really heal what we need to heal amongst us. You know what I'm saying? I think Tyrese needs to, you know, he been kind of tripping a little bit, but that's not what you need to do, dog. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
If I could give a hell no for today, that would be a hell no for me. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Like what he said is stupid because it's like instead of you saying, "Well, let me be a catalyst to trying to help build up our community," or I'd
Mhm.
rather be another race. Like
Yeah,
really,
that's a cop out, dog. Like, come on, man. Like,
really,
you sound like very clownish.
yeah. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to be a black man in America. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
tough being a black woman in America. So
100%, 100%.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We gotta we gotta start with our own. And first it starts, in our own backyard first before we can,
Hmm.
reach the masses and
Yeah.
try to help, because that's a lot of the problem too, is that we have a lot of stuff in our own homes that we gotta fix. You know what I'm saying? Before we
100%.
could even think about fixing somebody else's home, we gotta fix our own stuff in our own family. There's a lot of people that's hurt in our own families, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That got beef with the mom or the dad, or a cousin got beef with that cousin, brother, sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it starts there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
but yeah, Tyrese, you get the hell no for the night. All right, man. Let's go with a more celebratory topic. Favorite Kobe Bryant moments and prediction for the statue ceremony.
Hmm.
Now, I would admit, you know what I'm saying, and this is no disrespect to Kobe Bryant. I admit it, he's an all-time great. I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan growing up.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna put that out there. I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan. I respect him. I know he was great,
Hmm.
but I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan. But I do have some moments from him. The '97 dunk contest where he won,
Hmm.
and it was one of the better showings. You know, what I'm saying from when he was still young. This is bald head,
Yeah.
early bald head Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I always remember that dunk contest. One of my other memories is the Amon Shepard story when what I'm saying Amon Shepard is going off on him,
Hmm.
He's talking trash to Kobe, and then in the
Oh yeah,
fourth
fourth
quarter,
quarter. Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
just tells Amon Shepard, "You had a
Hmm.
good game, young man."
Yeah,
And Amon Shepard look at the clock like, "Man, it's still time on the clock." And he said, "Kobe just all of a sudden just went off.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
just turned it up in the
Hmm.
fourth quarter." So those are a couple of memories. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the championships that he won with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? That little and I remember those vividly because I wanted the Kings to beat them, but
Hmm.
they end up pulling it through, man, and winning those three championships. So, like I said, I can never take nothing away from Kobe Bryant. He's
Hmm.
one of the greatest players of all times. He's the closest thing that we ever saw of Jordan.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, man, yeah, he definitely deserves a statue in front of for the Lakers and in front of the Staples Center. I think that's what they're putting in front, right?
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be in front of Staples. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, he definitely deserves it. And hey, man, definitely a time to celebrate Kobe in his life.
yeah, for sure. As if people know me, people know Kobe is my number one. He's my favorite
Hmm.
athlete of all time. Um, if people got sports heroes, he's definitely mine for sure. Still is, even after his passing. Um, Nobody comes close. Before him, it was Nick Van Exel. I mean, that's how I really became a Laker fan. But then when Kobe came, I just gravitated towards him, man. He just embodies what an athlete really is. As far as like memories, man, I got plenty, man. I got the memory of it was like a preseason game out here in Vegas, man, and he did that free throw line dunk over homie. You know what I mean? Like, he slammed over him, man. That shit was pretty crazy. There was like a couple games in the regular season against the Trailblazers, man, where he had those two, deep 3-pointers, man. So one sending it to overtime and one kind of winning the game. That one was kind of crazy. Obviously, the 81 points against Toronto, that was very memorable. The game winning shot against Phoenix, I think it was game two. It was like on the top of the key. That one was very memorable as well. Even like in some of his downfalls, like even the Achilles, even when he like popped his Achilles, obviously the infamous when him walking back to the free throw line, even with a popped Achilles and still hitting the two free throws and walking off the court. There were stories about Gary Vitti was like telling asking him if he wanted even a wheelchair, and he's like, nah, fuck that. I could walk out. It just shows kind of like the mental toughness, and then obviously just kind of like his after basketball career, especially like when him and his daughter Gigi, God rest her soul, just kind
Hmm.
of like, seeing him coaching her up, coaching the little girls team up, him being a big proponent to the WNBA.
Hmm.
I still low key, man, as a grown man, I still get emotional watching his final game, getting those 60 points. And then, seeing like all the young baby Lakers, hugging them at the end, what I mean? That was like he's had so many memorable moments compared to a lot of these other players, man. It really has, and it's just so vibrant, like it just happened yesterday. Even like no disrespect to any players like LeBron or anything like that, man. It's just when Kobe did it, man, it was you felt it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
even to the day of his passing, man, obviously that was like one of the most felt like I lost like a family member that day, man. It really hurts. Still hurts to this day, man. You know what I mean? Because it still feels surreal. Like it was just a couple weeks ago. It's like damn, it's been 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So, um, Kobe always have a special place inside me, man. For real. As far as like with a statue, I could see a couple combinations, man. I think the dopest one was when he was wearing that jacket with all the patches, holding the MVP and then holding the Larry O'Brien trophy, sitting down. I think that one would be pretty hard. Uh, Obviously, when they beat the Celtics and he got up on the little commenting booth and had his arms out screaming. You know what I mean? You had the little chest pull with the jersey. But I low key think it's gonna be like a combination of something where it's gonna be a celebration of him and Gigi, because I think that's what he would want.
Hmm.
So I could see a statue involving both of them, because obviously she had a really special place in his heart. Obviously all his kids did, but you just kind of see like she she embodied him. She was the female version
Mm,
of him. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
there was points, man, where you started seeing her play, and it's just like, damn, she even do the fadeaway like Kobe. You know what I mean? So
mm,
she even do the mean mugging, all that type of stuff, man. So I really hope it's a combination of having Gigi being a celebration of that too. So I'm very excited to see what the statue looks like tomorrow. It's the same guy that did the Jordan statue in front of United Center is doing this one. So I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event. I'm sure it's going to be a very emotional event. I'm definitely going to be glued to that tomorrow. I think the ceremony started at 3, so we call it Celebrate Kobe, man, and he can be immortalized forever. You know, he already is, but this will definitely solidify it for sure.
yeah, for sure, man. And he deserves it, man. He deserves it.
Definitely, definitely.
He laid it all on the court. He
Mm-hmm.
left it on the court, and you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. When he left this game, he went into the filming industry and started doing documentaries, and he was great at that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no
So
doubt, no doubt. Yeah,
um, yeah, it's sad that we didn't get to see all of the next step of Kobe Bryant's life and Gigi. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, she probably be in college basketball right now, killing it. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
for sure,
So
for sure.
you know,
She could have been
so
the next. She could have been the next Juju. She could have been the next Caitlin
yeah,
Clark. She was heading that way.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
we also got to send our still send our praise to Vanessa, man. She's been holding strong, man. She's doing what any man would expect their woman to be in tough time like this. She's been a very strong woman in these tough
Hmm.
times. I'm sure she's still grieving. I'm sure uh, his other daughters are still grieving and all that, and the rest of his family. So we send our prayers to the whole Bryant family, Vanessa, the rest of his kids, man, and
Yeah.
man, hopefully the ceremony does it justice for them as well. So it's more important for them that they get this as well because they were a part of that ride with Kobe. Without Vanessa, who knows where Kobe had been, especially with all the certain issues he had, in Colorado and all that. It's part of his life, but um, you know, I'm excited for tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What time is it at?
I think the game. I think the ceremony started at like 3 or 4, something like that. So I know the game starts at 7. They play the Nuggets tomorrow, so
Oh,
I think it'll be all. I think they're going to televise it on TNT. I think that's what I read.
for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, man. Next topic: should parents go to jail if kids commit a mass shooting? I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you lay this one up.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the story real quick. So yeah. So the mom of the Michigan school shooter, she was found guilty on 4 counts of manslaughter. She's technically the first parent in the U.S. to be charged over a mass school shooting committed by their child. The shooting left 4 students dead alongside 7 others. So, my question to you is that well, obviously you got the question right there. Like, do you agree with that? Do you agree that parents should um, be involved in the sentencing? Are they just as fault of their kids' actions and all that type of stuff for them to go to jail as well?
Um, and this is tough. Um, I guess I would have to say how much of this, like, if they knew the plan, like, if they knew their kid was going to do this and they did nothing to stop this, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's oblivious to her child doing this, then no. Like no parent should go down for the crimes of their child if their child decide to go do something out of the norm. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't see the signs of this, and 9 times out of 10, you can see the signs. A lot of parents don't be like really checking in on their kids like that. Um, but um, if like I said, if she knew, then yeah, and she did nothing about it. She didn't warn nobody. She didn't go try to get her child any help. She didn't try to talk to her child, preventing him or her. Was it a him who did it or her?
Yeah, yeah. So here I'm gonna read this article. I'm gonna read this article and then read it, skim it
Mm,
through. So Michigan mother could face up to 60 years in prison after a jury convicted her on Tuesday on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter after her teenage son killed 4 students in a school shooting in 2021. Prosecutors argued Michigan law compelled Jennifer Crumbly to prevent her then 15-year-old son, Ethan, from harming others, and the jury in the case agreed. Now 17, Ethan is serving a life sentence after pleading guilty to murder and terrorism charges in October of 2022. His father, James Crumbly, will have his own involuntary manslaughter trial in March. Jennifer Crumbly's conviction is the first of its kind verdict in a U.S. school shooting case, raising questions about the extent to which a parent can be held responsible for criminal actions of their child. Legal experts say it could have broader implications for U.S. Criminal justice system. Um, yeah, so that's kind of pretty much what it's about. So.
Like I said, unless they, like I said, if a parent knew, like they found out the plans, or the child said, "I'm going to go do said this, that, and the third,"
Hmm.
and they say, "I'm gonna do it on this day," you know what I'm saying? They show them the guns and all that stuff, and the
Yeah,
parent brushes it off and say whatever. Then yeah,
yeah,
because you ignored the signs.
yeah,
But if they didn't know that their child was capable of doing this, and they had no signs and saw nothing of the child being like this, then no, they should not be convicted for that said child's crime.
yeah,
So, it's already going to be bad enough that families are going to condemn the parents for their child doing what they did, especially if the victims' parents, what I'm
hmm,
saying, they're gonna look at their parents, the parents of the shooter, you know, in a certain type of way. But if they didn't know, then no, they shouldn't be convicted. If they
yeah,
knew, or if they saw the signs, then yeah,
yeah.
we could talk about possible conviction of the parents.
Yeah, if they know it's the same, it's no different from accomplice to murder type of situation. Like if you knew what was going to happen, then obviously you should have some implications into that. If you could have prevented it, then you should have notified the local authorities, stuff like that. If they were trying to get him help and stuff like that, then I think that is a different case. I guess it can get a little tricky, I guess, in certain situations like this. You know what I mean? Because now it's just like, if we're going in this instance, then you know how far else could it go? You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
um, what their son did was pretty chillingly horrible. You know what I mean? Any school shooting. Obviously, I feel like we get one of those like once a week now. It's just, it's kind of terrifying. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I really agree with you with everything you said, man. There's really not much for me to add to it. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, man. So, and like I said, prayers to all the victims on that tragic day.
Hmm.
Um, that's a horrible thing, and they gotta figure out something about these mass shootings in these schools, man, and in any place. You know what I'm saying?
Not for sure.
Mass shootings hit home here because we just recently had one at UNLV,
UNLV.
and
We had the
then of
big one
course,
in
and yeah, at that little what's it was it the country?
yeah,
What it was a
yeah, Route
country?
91. Yeah, the Route
Yeah.
91.
So so definitely, they gotta figure out something, man.
So I'm
To
assuming if the mother got convicted, obviously, do we think the father's gonna get convicted too?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of think
I
so.
mean, if they have evidence that they can prove that he knew something was
Hmm.
going on, then yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, man. Let's play a little bit of pick or stick, CMC edition.
yeah. So this one's gonna be a little different. Instead of doing current players, I did all the great running backs of the 2000s since 2000. I think we all can agree that CMC is on that list. I think he's been one of the better running backs to come since this new century has started. So I'm gonna read a list of names. Obviously, we've done this before. You tell me if you pick a stick with CMC. So I'm gonna start off with first. I'm gonna start off with Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, CMC.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ladanian Tomlinson.
Ooh, I'm gonna go LT
LT. Why LT?
because he was. I mean, I know it was a different time in football. That
Hmm.
man was scoring 20 something
Nah, he
touchdowns a
was.
year.
He was a fantasy god. You know what I mean? He was a fantasy god though, for real, for real,
And
for
he
real.
was CMC to the 10 pound. He can catch out the backfield. He can run.
Yeah.
Gotta put some respect on LT's
Right. Right.
name.
Okay. Okay. Adrian Peterson.
mm, I'm going AP. I'm
Why
going
that?
AP.
Why
I
AP?
just the AP was just different, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He like AP could have came out in the NFL his freshman year. Oh, go. That's how good AP was.
Nah, he was nasty. He was nasty, and his longevity of his career. Obviously, like
Yeah.
CMC still has a long. Like obviously,
hmm
he could probably surpass some of these guys that obviously the LTs and APs. But AP, he had a long career, man. How long did he play
Bro,
for? How many years?
he played for a while. I think
Yeah.
like 13 years, something like that. But
What was his
dude,
last team? Tennessee? Was Tennessee his last team?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is the same man who tore it was his ACL, tore his ACL and
Yeah.
came back like 6 months later and ran for 2,000 yards. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
man was not human.
Because he did it at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He tore his ACL at the end of the year, came back, beginning of the season, and ran for 2,000 yards. Almost broke the record. Like,
Yeah, he kind of he to me he was like our modern day Bo Jackson in a little
yeah,
bit in a sense, man. He
yeah.
really was. He really was. All right. Next one, Edgerrin James.
Ooh, E. James was nice, man. Especially coming from when he was in Miami,
Hmm.
even with the Colts. He was not bad with the Cardinals either. I'm gonna edge CMC. I'm gonna
Yeah.
edge him. I'm gonna edge him.
Why? Why
No
you gonna
pun.
edge
No,
him? Why
no
the
pun.
edge?
No pun intended. I just think CMC had the more consistent years
Hmm.
at the top.
Yeah.
Like once Edrin left the Colts, he
Yeah.
just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same running back. Like he was the reason why them Colts teams were really, really good. Not
Oh yeah. Yeah.
not take away from Marvin Harrison and
Hmm.
Reggie Wayne and all them, but he made that engine really go. So
Yeah, because wasn't after Edgerrin James left, wasn't it what's his name? Like
Joseph Adai.
Joseph Adai. Yeah, 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 yeah. He
Mhm.
was pretty cool too for a
No, he
little
was
bit.
good. He
Yeah,
was good.
pretty
He
cool
was
for a
good.
little bit.
He wasn't Edrin, but he was good.
Nah, nah. Well, you kind of think about it, like the Colts have had some decent running backs, what I mean, the last,
Yeah.
10, 15 years. They've had some decent ones. All right,
Yeah.
next one. Frank Gore.
I love Frank. Frank probably has them. His longevity is like ridiculous.
Mhm.
Like just when you thought he was done, the man was running, for 1,000 yards at 35, 36.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take CMC. I think he's just the more explosive player. He's the more
Mhm.
dynamic of the two. I just think Frank Gore was nice. I'm not taking none away from Frank,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah, long career too.
I just think he was a very good running back. I don't think he was great.
Okay. Okay. Next one, LaShawn McCoy.
Sean was nasty, bro.
He was nasty in
Sean was
Philly.
nasty. Them Eagle years, man. There was years where he was the best running back.
Nah, nah, yeah. He kind of had like little Barry Sanders in him a little bit, man. Just
Yeah,
with how he
and the
was
way,
able to.
and then the way he would carry the football, like,
Yeah, he was a little reckless though with the one hander
but it worked for
sometimes.
him at that time. Now, when he
It
came
did.
to the Chiefs,
Yeah.
he was fumbling that football, and Eric Bieniemy was like, "Nah,
Nah,
get my
yeah.
bitch," and he didn't like Eric Bieniemy because of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Sean McCoy was nasty. I can't take that away from him. I think I'm gonna go with Sean McCoy,
You
man.
gonna go to Sean McCoy over Christian McCaffrey right now? You go from
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
What made you put him over the edge over CMC?
It's just those Philly, them Eagle years, man. He could do it all. Like he could catch out the backfield, he could run, like, and he was just his shakes, like he was folding people up, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean McCoy. I'm
Okay.
going.
Next one, Sean Alexander.
I'm gonna go CMC. I like Sean
CMC.
Alexander. He was a very good running back, but I'm gonna go CMC. I
Okay.
think he was just. I just think he's more dynamic and just better.
Okay. Next one, I got Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn, damn. They're like two different running backs.
They are. They are. He's a bruiser. He runs
Yeah,
through you.
like, he just
But
ran
so does
through
CMC
you.
though. CMC ain't scared to run through people either.
He's not, but he's more so known for when he gets outside
No, for
and
sure, for sure, for
he's
sure.
just like Marshawn just didn't care.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
running you over. And he had that, it's just that, I just remember that iconic run against the
Hmm.
Saints in the playoffs.
Yeah.
uh, oh, man. Marshawn was that. I'm going to go with CMC. I'm going to go CMC.
What made you? What made you pick CMC over Marshawn?
I just think he could do a little bit more than Marshawn Lynch.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he could do. I think he's just more dynamic as a playmaker out of the backfield. So
Okay. All right. I got a couple more for you. Next one is Derrick Henry.
he's kind of like Marshawn Lynch in the sense
Yeah.
because, but he's like Derrick Henry's like one of one. Like we've never seen Derrick Henry before. Like and I'm not gonna say we never will, but this man is like 6'4", 270, 80 pounds, just
Got that
running.
Deontay Wilder body though, so a little
He
bit.
just
He got that.
running fools over.
Nah, he do. Yeah, he do.
I just remember him. I remember him just stiff arming Josh Norman out of his body. Right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I remember the run against, I think it was the Baltimore Ravens when he used what's his name, Earl Thomas as a blocker.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just shoved him and used him as a blocker.
Hmm.
Uh, oh man, I'm gonna go Derrick Henry, man.
You gonna go
I'm gonna
Derrick
go
Henry?
Derrick
Okay.
Henry. Man. He's just a man. He was just a man amongst boys, man.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I know it's tough with all these.
Yeah.
All right, I got two more. I got two more. Next one is Todd Gurley.
Look, man, let me tell you something. Todd Gurley could have been the greatest running back of all times if he did not get hurt.
That's true.
Like,
Todd
like,
Gurley was nice. Yeah.
like kids. If you don't know who Todd Gurley is, go look up his rookie year. This is his rookie season.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's the reason why they went to the Super Bowl. Let's just keep it real. It wasn't
Nah.
Jared Goff.
Nah, I wasn't. Nah.
It was him.
He had an amazing year that year.
Like, yeah, Todd Gurley was different, bro. Like, but I'm gonna go CMC because of the health factor. Even though CMC used to get hurt, knick-knack injuries, it was the name, but his durability was just a lot better than Todd Gurley. Unfortunately, he had that knee injury, and he
Hmm.
just never was the same. But yeah, Todd Gurley was special when
He
he was
was.
when he
He
was
was.
healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It sucked to see him, with them knee
Mhm.
problems, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm mad. All right, last one. I got Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson was fast. He was just super fast. Them Tennessee years was nasty. It's funny, man. He ran for 2,000 yards and he just fell off, like completely fell off. Like he was
Hmm.
never the same again.
Hmm.
I think he held out after that season, and when he came back, he just was never the same. He could, he was not the same. But when he was in his prime, he was nice.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go CMC because he just, like I said, he does more. He
Okay.
just does more.
Okay. Nah. That was our pick or stick list right there for this edition. So,
CMC or Le'Veon Bell.
sincere.
Because Le'Veon with the Steelers, man. I used to hate playing him.
Le'Veon was very consistent. Like
His
Le'Veon, like
his
look.
running style, man.
Najee Harris is what people think.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell is what people think Najee Harris is, and he's not that. Just based on like Najee Harris isn't that fast. Neither was Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was smooth as fuck, though. You know what I mean? He was
He was
smooth.
just patient,
He
dog.
was strong. He was very
he was just
patient because he would
he
like
was
he would like literally take his time behind that backfield and he'll see and he'll just go boom. Like
yeah.
he had like a certain quickness to him. Like he was still. I don't think he obviously he wasn't the fastest running back, but he was very intellectually smart in reading the lanes. You know what I mean? Like I think that was something like it was. I ain't never seen anything like that. You know what I mean? Like with Barry Sanders, it was kind of like he was very quick with it, so he can just get through. And then he was small on top of that. Then you had like the overpowering guys, like kind of like Derrick Henry, Todd Gurley's, stuff like that. But with Le'Veon, it was just like, damn, why is this motherfucker so good? And he would always put up like 12, 13 TDs. He would have over 1,000 yards every time. He would have like he could catch out the backfield too.
Yeah,
So because
that's
there
what
was
I'm
always that
saying.
one play with like he would kind of like curl out into the middle, Ben would
Hmm.
throw it to him, and then he would just run off. Um like that's
Trust
why they
me,
had the triple B's, dog. He was part of the triple B's for a reason. You know what I mean?
trust
So
me. He used to kill my Chiefs. It used to drive me crazy. It was like everybody was in stuck and was just staring at him because he would be tiptoeing like right behind the
yeah,
offensive line, and I'm like, dude, hit him! Like, he's right
nah,
there.
yeah. I like between those two, I probably would still pick CMC.
Hmm.
Um, but if somebody were to pick, like with all these, if
Yeah,
somebody wanted to pick, like the only one I could see, like the only ones to me that I'll be like CMC with ease is like if honestly, even with Ezekiel Elliott, it's tough because when Ezekiel Elliott was good, he was one of the best. You
like
know
he
what I mean?
was.
He was just unstoppable. You know what I mean? But overall, I think in totality, CMC is having a better career. I think Edger and James. I think CMC's had a better career. Uh,
About Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles. I just don't think he did it long enough. Well, he kind of did. I think how many years was he with y'all? Like 5 years, 6 years?
He was with the Chiefs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He was with us 9 years.
And how many years
But
did he give y'all 1,000?
he gave us 1,000 in 2009. He went his best year. No, his best year was in 2012. Um, he went for 1,400 in 2010. Then he got hurt in 2011. I remember he got hurt the same year as Adrian Peterson, and he came back. He tore his ACL that year. Then he came back and put up 1,500 yards.
Mhm.
Then he did 12, and then 2014 did 10, and then after that he was hurt. The last 2 years with the Chiefs, he was hurt constantly. And then he played for Denver, and then he played like couple games with
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
I would probably still edge out CMC. I would probably still edge out CMC. Like Jamal Charles was nasty though. Like he was nasty too. Like he
Like
was nasty.
he hit that cut,
Yeah.
and he was gone.
Because I originally when I originally did this list, I was gonna do like all time greats. Like I
Mhm.
was gonna add the all times, but I think it would have been a lot of him over CMC. Like if you're gonna look at the totality of the careers, obviously they had the better years. But if you're gonna look at just like talent, I think it could get because like it's like all right, Emmitt Smith. Are you gonna take Emmitt Smith or CMC? Don't even put in a stats. Just do talent wise. Who would you rather have? Emmitt Smith or CMC?
CMC. Let me tell you something. Cowboy fans, y'all about to hate me. Emmitt
Okay.
Smith is the most overrated running back
Damn.
of
For
all time.
real?
That
For
offensive
real?
line, that offensive line was was hiding that man. Like if you put Barry Sanders behind the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, that man would have broke records long time ago. Like I'm talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
That offensive line for Dallas was them dudes was behemoths, man. They was huge, man. And all every time Emmitt Smith would just
Uh-huh.
you just walk right into the end zone, bro. Like I no disrespect to Emmitt Smith, but I always felt like he wasn't like that. I just thought he
Okay.
had a great offensive line, dog.
Okay. Oh well, shit. You know what?
So I
Bump it.
got CMC.
Bump it. Bump it. Let's continue this then. Marshall Falk or CMC.
Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk was just a weapon, bro. Like he
Okay.
is the. I would say Roger Craig was the first of his kind, but
Hmm.
then Marshall Falk just took it to a whole nother level. Like when you talking about a running back who can run routes, I'm talking about running back and go out there and run the route tree, and that was
Okay.
Marshall Falk.
Okay. What about Terrell Davis?
TD was nasty, bro. He won them championships for for Elway, man. He won those championships. Like
He had a
even though
lot of
they had a
injury
squad,
problems there.
and towards the end, yeah, he just couldn't stay healthy, man. But when he was great, he was great. But I'm gonna take CMC.
Jerome Bettis.
The bus. See, this is why we need show on the show because he'd have been mad. Y'all better take Jerome Bettis. I love Jerome Bettis, but I'm going CMC. I need a little bit of more explosion, man. Like Jerome
All
Bettis
right.
was nasty. He was a big dude and he run you over. But yeah, give me CMC.
Priest Holmes.
Priest. I'm doing Priest, man. Come on,
Because he's
man.
your boy. That's
Come
why.
on, man.
Come on,
My man
man.
was scoring 27
Oh my.
touchdowns when he got to the Chiefs.
All right. What about Larry Johnson?
LJ was nice. He put up
Mm.
1,700 yards, but I'm going CMC, man. That dude was a head case.
All right.
Like,
Let's go. Let's go. Old Gail Sayers.
I'm going CMC. Kel Sayers did it like for like 3 seasons, and he got in the Hall of Fame. Like, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know Gil Sayers is super fast, and he was running past dudes, but
Mhm.
you see his numbers. It's like I don't know how he got in there.
All
I don't
right.
know he
All
got in the
right.
Hall of Fame.
All right. What about Walter Payton?
I'm taking Swoop. I'm come on now. That's Walter, man. That's
Okay.
Walter.
Eric Dickerson.
I'm taking ED.
You
That's
gotta
Eric
take it.
Dickinson, man. That's Eric Dickinson, man. He was
I'll
the
say.
first one. He was the first one with the upright.
I know. Yeah. He had a like little
Yeah,
Terminator run going on and shit.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this name, but I think it should be easy. Barry Sanders.
Come on now. He's the best of all time to me. He's not even close.
All right. My guy, Marcus Allen.
Marcus was nice with the Raiders. Now when it
Mhm.
came to the Chiefs, it was like, man, but
Mhm.
but when he was with y'all, he was nice. It was just that, Al Davis was like, no, I like this dude named Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
He's an athlete, man. You see what he's
Right.
doing on the baseball field?
Hmm.
So, but no, Marcus Allen was nasty, even from his USC days. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me a lot, and I know people are gonna laugh, but he reminded me a lot of OJ.
Yeah.
Like the way he ran, like he
Yeah.
ran like OJ. Like people don't know, everybody associates OJ with his case, murder case, and
Hmm.
all that stuff. But OJ was nasty, man. When he was with the Buffalo Bills and USC, OJ was one of them ones, man. Y'all do your history on OJ Simpson. OJ was nice.
He was. So I'm assuming you would take OJ over CMC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real talk. Like OJ was nasty. Say what you want to say about OJ, but the football player.
Yeah. What about Thurman Thomas?
See, Thurman was one of the ones that was first of his time too, because he was catching out of the backfield and doing all that. He had like 1,000 yards running and 1,000 yards receiving. Like he was
Yeah.
doing that type of stuff. So
Hmm.
Thurman was nice, man. Them Buffalo Bill teams was nice though. So how about I go Thurman?
Curtis Martin.
Man, I forgot about Curtis Martin. Curtis
Hmm.
Martin was nice, man.
Hmm.
New England and Jets.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was nice.
Yep.
Curtis Martin was nice, man. Uh, oh man, probably Curtis Martin, man. Curtis Martin was nice, man.
Curtis Martin.
Yeah,
Who else? Who else can I think of? Rod Smith was a running back, right? Rod Smith.
nah, he was a wide receiver. He
Wide
used to kill.
receiver.
He used to kill us. He used to
So maybe I'm
smoke us.
thinking about somebody else. That's all.
Like,
I think that's all I could think of right now. That's all I can think
yeah,
of.
those were the days, man, when the running backs were the favorite players on the team, man.
Nah, yeah.
Because they
Trying
were
to
the best.
think. Anybody now could like Saquon? Would you take Saquon or CMC?
Saquon is nice. But I'm gonna take CMC.
Okay.
I'll take CMC.
Okay. Josh
Maybe
Jacobs. What about Josh Jacobs or CMC?
taking CMC. Taking CMC. I think Josh Jacob is nice. Don't get it twisted. I think he's one of the top running backs in the league when he's healthy. But CMC, I just think CMC is different.
He is. I think right now, if you had to do tiers, I would probably do CMC up there. Just as far as like with age and everything, I'll do CMC. I think Josh Jacobs is probably like a tier right below him.
You think
I'll put I'll
Saquon?
put I'll put Josh Jacobs, Saquon in the same boat.
What about
Uh,
Jonathan Taylor?
he was trending towards like CMC status, but he's kind of had that fall off ever since the injuries and stuff. I got to see him kind of like re get
He
it.
was
You know what I
balling in
mean?
that playoff game.
He
Oh
was,
no,
but he
not the
was, but
playoff game, but the
I
game
gotta
that
I
was
gotta
supposed to get
see
him
another I gotta
in the
see another great
playoffs.
season. He only had really one really good season. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he can't, but I got to see it more. Who else? Who else is out there right now? Like obviously you got the younger ones like Jameer Gibbs and
Yeah,
um
they're babies, so
Bijan,
I'm not gonna
but
judge
they
them.
haven't really done anything yet, so I can't really say.
Bijan has potential though. He does have
I think
potential.
Jameer Gibbs has potential.
He does too, but
He
I
has
think
potential.
Bijan can do what Jameer does, but Jameer can't do what
Yeah.
Bijan does.
Like I think Joe Mixon has kind of fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, he has. He has.
Obviously your boy, you put Isaiah Pacheco up there.
Pacheco,
He's had
he's
a really
nice.
great year.
Yeah, he's
I'll
nice.
probably put him on the same tier as like
You know who I think was on the same tier if he didn't get hurt this year? Nick Chubbs.
oh yeah, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was definitely on the same tier
Yeah,
as like
Nick Chubbs is on the same tier as
CMC.
CMC.
Like obviously, I think Cleveland's season goes different with him being healthy.
Of
You know what I mean?
course.
So
Of course.
obviously his knee injury was pretty gruesome. So I don't know how long it's going to take him to get back into that form if he can get back to it
I
at all.
hope he can, man,
It was
because those
pretty
legs.
devastating. But he's been through this before though. It's not like
Yeah,
you know what I
he
mean.
got hurt.
His one before even with was it with Georgia? It was pretty
Hmm.
gruesome too. So I think it's the same one. Honestly, I think it's the
Yeah,
same kind of tear.
yeah. So we'll
So
see.
hopefully he can get back. You know, obviously he's a little bit older, so it'll be a little bit more difficult. But I'm rooting for Nick Chubb, man. You know what I mean? I really want to see him get back to his old form for sure. Hopefully he can get back to it. Starting training camp.
Yeah, because Nick is nasty, bro. He's
Hmm.
nasty.
Hmm.
All right, man. Let's talk about Mike Vrabel.
Hmm.
An executive told, I think it was Deanna Rossini, that the reason why Mike Vrabel didn't get hired because he's big and scary.
He's big and scary. That was the reason. I thought they only said that to black coaches. They doing it to white coaches now too. That's crazy.
What did you think? What did you think, my Vrabel? He's a freaking linebacker. And you see him next to the players, he stood neck and neck with him. And
That's
that's
crazy.
the reason. Hell, that would be the reason why I would hire him. I
You
know
know
the
what the
players ain't gonna
you know
run over him.
you know what the real reason is? No one wants to hire fucking Patriot coordinators no more. No one
But
wants to
he's
hire Patriot
but I
coaches no more, dog.
but I think he's outside of that. Like he
I think he is too, but I think he's always going to be under that Belichick tree. Like no one wants to hire Belichick. Damn, people don't want to hire Belichick right now. You know what I mean? Belichick
because
couldn't get a job.
I think his path was different. Remember, he went to Ohio State and coached, and then he went to the pros.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I think Mike Vrabel has elevated outside of that whole Belichick tree talk. You know what I mean? I think he's above the Bill O'Briens and the Josh McDaniels and the Matt Patricias and all that. I believe that. Like, I think Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. Like, he had a down year, but at the same time, like Ryan Tannehill got hurt. He had to deal with a rookie quarterback. Like, obviously, the whole pick with Malik Willis didn't go well. You know what I mean? So they're doing the whole transition, so they're gonna have some bumps. But most of the time, Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. He gives the Chiefs a hard time. He gives the Steelers all the time. He gives Bengals, everybody in the AFC. Like, the Tennessee Titans may start off slow, but when it comes to October, November, and December football, they are one of the teams you want to stay far away from, because those will be they always find their way into the playoffs, and then when they get into the playoffs, somehow they'll get to close to the AFC Championship type of game. You know what I mean? So, but I really do believe it. I think it's a I think people are burnt out on the Bill Belichick Patriot way. I really do believe that, and I think he's just a victim to that, because they always have him under this Belichick tree. Like, I thought when everything was going on, I thought the Patriots job would have been a perfect job for him. I thought the Commanders job would have been a perfect job for him. I thought the Seahawks job would have been a perfect job for him. Hell, even the Falcons job would have been a perfect job for him. Even if some of these firings were to happen with the Bills and the Eagles and stuff, I think he'll be a perfect fit for one of those two. I think I would like him more than Bill Belichick, honestly, because with Bill Belichick, look, everybody knows me. I'm not going to sit here and deny his accomplishments, but at the same time, I think a lot of that has to be attributed to Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady has proven that he can win without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has not proven he can win without Tom Brady yet. You know what I mean? That's something we need to see, and that's just my honest opinion with Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? Like, as I said, before Tom Brady, he's been a below 500 coach. After Tom Brady, he's been a below 500 coach. That's just history right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's not me talking shit on him. That's just the truth.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, we'll see what happens with Mike Vrabel,
He'll get a
man.
job next year. He'll get a job
Executives are
next year.
scared of him and shit.
Yeah.
All right, man. Switch to the NBA, man.
Hmm.
It's the trade deadline, man. It ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
What you think is gonna happen, man?
I don't.
You're the NBA correspondent. You're the insider. You tell me,
Um,
man.
honestly, man, I really don't think anything too exciting is gonna happen. I don't think it'll be any big names or anything like that. Obviously, you got the likes of like Bruce Bowen. I think Bruce Bowen is probably like one of the more important names out there because I think he can tilt. If you're finals championship ready, he can literally take a team literally to be favorites. Since like if you can put Bruce Bowen with um like let's say he can go, he can find his way back to Denver. I think that will definitely help Denver. Let's say he can find his way to the Knicks. I think that will help the Knicks a lot. If he can find his way to Philly, if Joel Embiid comes back, I think that would be huge. Um, likes of Miami, stuff like that. I don't think Miami will be able to, but just kind of like in that whole premise. But as far as like any kind of big talent, I don't think it's going to happen. As far as my Lakers, it's looking more and more like we're going to keep D'Lo. We're going to keep majority of our assets because right now I think we can only offer one first round pick, but in the all season we can offer three. So there are rumors of us being able to go after the likes of like a Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young. There was a report come out today saying that the Lakers feel pretty confident they could probably get Donovan Mitchell off of because I think he'll be a free agent next year. So I think they feel pretty confident they can get him. If not, obviously Trey. I think Trey will be. I think sooner or later he'll be made available. We got to see what's going to happen with the Warriors. All that kind of situation is going to happen. Are they going to, you got the whole situation where Clay has been benched. Obviously, I think they had a big win against the 76ers today, but obviously Joel Embiid is not playing. But we got to figure out if they're going to keep Clay. We got to figure out if they're going to keep Draymond, which I think they will. I think they'll just go into the offseason and just kind of go based on what happened through the offseason. I think this could potentially be the last year for Klay Thompson because unless if he takes a major pay cut, I don't see him going back to the Warriors. But I think they'll try. But it's gonna be a lot of small pieces, man. It's not this. I don't think this is gonna be an exciting NBA trade deadline at all. I really don't. It's just gonna be like kind of like plug and play guys for me. I think maybe Deontay Murray, depending. But I think from what I've heard, I think they're asking for way too much for Deontay Murray. I think they're trying to get like 2 first-round picks. I think they're trying to recoup what they trade for him when they traded for him for the Spurs. I think they gave up like 2 or 3 first-round picks. So I think they want to try to recoup as much of that back as possible. I think at least 2 first-rounders, but I don't think you're going to get anything like that. I think you can get maybe a player and a pick for him at this particular time. But no, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think the Knicks need to make a move. If they want to be really serious, I think they need another scorer. Um, I think the Clippers are going to kind of stay pat. Lakers are going to stay pat. I think Phoenix needs to do something, but they don't have any kind of pieces to trade with. Like you're kind of hearing Mikal Bridges coming there, but I don't know how they're going to do that unless the Hornets are willing to give him for pennies on the dollar. Like I just can't possibly see that. I think the Hornets should really start looking into trading LaMelo Ball. I think LaMelo Ball needs like a change of scenery. I really do. Like Brandon Miller's been hooping, but I just think that LaMelo Ball thing with the Hornets is just not cutting. I think with LaMelo Ball, I think he needs some kind of structure with him. I would love to see him play with like the Heat or something like that. I think him being in that system, I think that would help him. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he is immature, but in some sense, I don't know. It's just something about it where I just think that he needs to be in like in a stable kind of like thing. Even like the Spurs, I would love to see him play with Wemby because they need a fucking point guard. They like Wemby's playing out of his mind. Like, but the Spurs are playing so bad, no one's really talking about it. But Wemby is having a really great rookie year. You know what I mean? And like if you could just give him a point guard where you can get somebody that can just make the offense go the right way, like it will do wonders. So
How many points does he average in the game? You know,
he's averaging over like 20. Let me see real quick. He has some really good numbers. Let's see, MB stats. He is currently averaging 20 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 3.2 assists on 46% shoot.
nice. Yeah, hopefully he can get some pieces around that kid. Don't waste his talent.
Yeah, yeah. Laker fans, no trade. Everybody want to keep D'Lo. We're keeping D'Lo. So don't expect that. Just expect LeBron James to be pouting all fucking season. Just expect that. That's gonna happen, boy. That motherfucker about to be pouting all year. But at the end of the day, like this is why LeBron James to me, like, look, I'm not gonna talk shit about LeBron. All right, yes, I am.
Yeah, sure.
Look, this is why to me, this look, listen here. Like, I get Kobe Bryant used to call out his teammates, but at least he called them out to his face. Like, he literally called people to their face trash. Like, he owned up to this shit. He never did the passive aggressive shit. And then for the most part, he would always he would play through the bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? He never took 2 weeks off like he did in Cleveland and waited till everybody and their mama got traded off that team and swapped the whole squad. Like, he does this every all-star week around trade deadline comes. You know what I mean? He start pounding, he'll start doing like these passive aggressive tweets, you know what I mean? Then he'll go in his little 0 dark 30 disappearing mode type shit. And it's just like, bro, we like just play. Like, a lot of our problems to a degree is you sometimes control the ball too much. I think there's certain times LeBron James controls the ball too much. I think D'Lo needs to have the ball in his hands more. I think Austin Reeves needs to have the ball in his hands more. And we've seen it the last couple games, i.e. the Celtics, i.e. the New York Knicks, that we've looked really good offensively. You know what I mean? There are times where LeBron James takes off defensive plays. And I get it. He's an older guy. We only can ask him to do so much. And I understand that. But I think he needs to be a better leader. I think he needs to come out and say, like, look, man, I want to keep these guys. I don't want to trade nobody. Like, I believe we can win with these players. Even if you truly in your heart know that the best we can do is like the second round, just I think this is the year that he needs to just step up and just be the leader that we expect him to be. And just be like, look, man, I'm riding with the guys we got now. You know what I mean? Instead of having these guys worried that they're going to get traded because, you know, this happens every year, man, and people think they're going to get traded off the team. They don't want to play that hard. You know what I mean? So, or they play kind of skittish, you know, scary and stuff. So I think LeBron needs to just be a better leader right now. Just be like, look, whatever happens, happens, but I want to ride with the guys that we got. D'Lo's playing well. Austin Reeves is playing well. Hopefully they can get Gabe Vincent back here in the next couple weeks. Hopefully Vanderbilt can come back in the next couple weeks. Doesn't have surgery. They're expecting Cam Reddish to get back. Hopefully Darvin Ham can read a coaching playbook and get better. You know what I mean? He needs to read the Phil Jackson triangle shit. He need to email Ty Lue. You know, something. You know what I mean? Hell, he can talk to my old Durango High School coach. He probably can coach better than him. But that needs to be the priority, not trading everybody off the team. Because like I was somebody even kind of not sorry for me dragging on. I do apologize. I get people get tired of me talking about my Lakers because they're not worth talking about at this particular time. But listen here, since LeBron James has been on this team, listen to all these players that have left our squad: Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Dennis Schroeder, who else? Zubac. Who else? Who else got off our fucking team and is hooping right now? Just those names alone should be Brandon Ingram. Like, come on, man. These are all players that we have drafted that should still be on our team. But because of LeBron James, we have traded all that. That's not including all of our first round picks, some of our second round picks, some pick swaps. You know what I mean? So, LeBron, stop trying to trade everything. Like, you literally make teams go bone dry, and then you just leave. Like, I don't want my Lakers to be in that situation, which we are currently in.
Yeah, man. Hopefully better days for Lakers.
And then on top of that, the Clippers winning. That's depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get a Clippers Celtics finals. I know it. This is not good.
No, it's not. All right, man. Let's talk about the big game.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday.
Go for it, big dog. This your time.
San Francisco 49ers against my Kansas City Chiefs. Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man. I don't think I've been this confident about a win and I know this may sound crazy to some of y'all, in a while. I because it was a little nervousness in the Eagles game because Jalen Hurt was balling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Even in the playoffs, and I know a lot of people say, "Oh well, Brock Purdy didn't get hurt," yada yada yada. But still,
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts was still playing on another. Even in, as much as we praise Lamar Jackson for this season, he was playing better than Lamar Jackson last season. Um, and it was a little trepidation. They had that defensive front. You know what I'm saying? They led the league in sacks, and you know what I'm saying. I was wondering if with on top of Mahomes' ankle, was he going to be able to get away from this pass rush? And neither pass rush made a difference. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, Nick Bolton made some plays, and Chris Jones towards the end made some plays, but relatively it was a shootout. Um, this game, and we've talked about, you and me have talked about this. We have not liked the way the 49ers have looked in this playoff run at
No.
all.
No.
We didn't. They probably should have lost to Green Bay.
Mhm.
Like, let's just talk about it. If Jordan Love was a little bit more patient and then just launched that football in the middle of the field and just, maybe matriculate the ball down the field, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They probably might have won that game.
Yeah.
But hey, kudos to Brock Purdy. He showed up in the fourth quarter and he made the plays where he needed to play. The
Mhm.
Detroit game, they really should have lost. And they just, I don't know, they come out sleepwalking. I don't know if they don't take their opponents seriously. I don't know what it is, but I have not liked the way the team has looked, especially defensively. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just have Aaron Jones was running all over them. Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery was running all over them.
Mhm.
Like, even in they was giving up big plays too. Like, Dobbs was killing them. Like, St. Brown was killing them. Like, they was getting gashed. And and look, I'm their offense is their offense. Brandon Ayuk is a baller. He's going to get paid next year. CMC is CMC. Debo Samuel is probably the best weapon in football. As far as running and catching the football. Um, and George Kittle's, what I'm saying, all world tight end, all pro. Probably, you could put him behind Kelsey. Probably,
Mhm.
as far as in this era, you talk about Kelsey, you're going to talk about Kittle after him, and it's not too far away from as far as skill set. Um, so their offense is their offense. I'm not sitting up here saying their offense. I'm just not scared of Brock Purdy, man.
Mhm.
I was more scared of Lamar Jackson, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was scared of his running ability. I was scared of him, just gashing us in the running game. That's why I was scared of Lamar Jackson. When he gets to running, he's a dangerous man. Let's just call it for what it is. Even Josh Allen, when he runs and he got an arm and all that. I was more scared of Josh Allen, especially at home.
Mhm.
Just not scared of Brock Purdy, man. And look, I know everybody debates, is he a game manager? I'm not sitting here saying Brock Purdy sucks. He's definitely a player in this league. He's a solid quarterback, and hey, he may prove to be elite one day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But for this game, if we talking, who am I gonna pick? I'm taking Mahomes, and I'm taking this defense. And I think this defense is been playing better than the 49ers defense. And so I got us winning 28-20.
Okay. Well, I don't think anybody's shocked by your pick. Like it's pretty much written all over your wall, literally.
Of
So,
course. Of course.
um, honestly, bro. So I agree. I kind of agree with you on some of the stuff. Like, obviously, I do agree. I think the Niners haven't really been playing well. I do attribute the Green Bay game to weather purposes.
Yeah.
I think in the Lions game, I think they did start off slow. They played pretty well. If you looked at some of the tape, I think Chase Young. I think obviously you've heard reports about his effort in certain
Mhm.
instance of the game where he's not really playing his best. If you really look at a lot of those big plays that happened against the Detroit Lions, kind of low key was on Chase Young. You know what I mean? He didn't protect the edge of the line. You know what I mean? He ain't going full effort with tackling. You know what I mean? So
And
not to put it
Steve
all.
Wil- and Steve Wilkes, he put that out there that he was
Well, there's video
embarrassed.
tape when you watch it, it's like it looks pretty bad. You know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
not gonna put it all on him. Obviously, there's
Yeah,
10 other guys on that defense that need to play
yeah.
better. Um,
Mhm.
but they have for some reason started clicking in the second half. Like first
Yeah.
half they haven't been playing well, but second half their defense clicks for some reason and they just stop. Like they literally had the Lions held the Lions to what 7 points in the second half that game.
Mhm.
So that means something. With your Chiefs, you guys seem to start off pretty slow, but in the second half, you guys seem to just die out. But your defense is obviously, I think, has been the best unit in all the playoffs. If you look at any side of the ball for any team, I think Chiefs defense has probably been the best out of
Mhm.
everything so far. I think the closest thing that to it was probably that Lions offense as far as like heat check. So I thought that matchup would have been very interesting to see that Lions offense going against that Chiefs defense. Obviously,
Yeah.
it would have been a rematch of opening night, so they would have been very familiar with each other.
Right.
Obviously, it would have been a little bit different with Jameer Gibbs. He didn't really have a big show in that game, so it would be a little bit different. Pacheco,
Yeah.
I think he had a decent game, but I think Rasheed Rice is better than originally stated. MVS is playing better, so but obviously that is not the matchup that we're getting. With this, um, I don't know, man. This is really a truly a pick 'em game for me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I think both teams are pretty equal. Obviously, if we look at the quarterback matchup, Mahomes easily over Brock Purdy. But we can't sleep on Purdy. He has started off slow. He has looked a little skittish in the beginning. But as I said, when the game gets into the crunch time, he looks very poised. He looks like he's in control of himself, and that says a lot. You know what I mean? So I think it could be the same situation where I think the Niners may start off slow, but then he picks up, he gets a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, there's going to be nerves. Everybody's going to be nervous. Even the Chiefs are going to be
Mhm.
nervous. I get they've been in this game a couple times, but this is going to be Rasheed Rice's first time in the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Obviously, Pacheco played in it last year. Mahomes says it. Look, you're going to be nervous, man. Even past Super Bowls with Mahomes, they started off pretty slow, and they kind of look at last year. They started off slow. They figured it out in the second half, then they looked better. So I think it's gonna be that kind of game. But I hate to fucking say this. It's hard for me to pick against Mahomes. Um, I think it's just gonna be kind of a situation where uh, I think both teams start off slow, but I think sooner or later Mahomes is gonna do his magic. Um, it's always that seems like lately it's been tough to get him on the ground. Um,
Mhm.
Travis Kelsey looks like he's motivated for some reason to win this Super Bowl really bad. He's been saying in all his press conferences he wants to win this one so bad. I know a lot of people are kind of reading into that. Maybe this could be his last game. Who knows? I doubt it, but he rarely seems really motivated to win this one. Um, Maybe they know something about Andy Reid we don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. They've been playing very inspiring. They look like they have the energy, the hunger. So unfortunately, as a Raiders fan, I'm gonna pick the fucking Chiefs. Sadly, I'm gonna ride with my boy Max. He wants the Chiefs to win so we can whoop their ass.
I saw that. I saw that clip.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm gonna side with my boy Max, man. I think the Chiefs are gonna find a way to win. In my heart, I don't want them to win. I really want the Niners to win, but I'm not stupid, man. I've picked against the Chiefs all fucking playoffs, and I've looked fucking dumb every fucking time because, look, I don't know what y'all. It's not like I'm not saying y'all can't win. Look, I get it. Y'all got my home. I'm so tired of seeing y'all win,
I know. I know.
but
You and I, you and half of America.
look, look, Chiefs are gonna find a way to fucking win. We all know that. We all know they're gonna get a certain call that's just gonna go their way. We know
Oh, here we
this.
go. Now the
We
refs
know
gonna
this.
ref
We know this. This happens every year. It's gonna be a call. Look, it's gonna be one or two. Either a call that extends a drive that's very important, or a call that stops the Niners drive from pursuing to getting another score to doubling a lead or something. It's going to be some of that magnitude where it's like the Niners are up by like fucking like 4. They can get the touchdown to go up by 11 with like 3 minutes left, but something happens where they get a fucking holding call on a big play where it brings it back. It's a third and fucking 20. They get a stop. Mahomes takes the ball. Some bullshit happens where MVS fucking decides he wants to be fucking Justin Jefferson all of a sudden and catch a one-handed pass. And then Isaiah Pacheco runs it in for like 5 yards with like 30 seconds left, and Mahomes and them are all fucking cheering. Cris Styles is fucking like posting on his live, screaming and shit wherever he's at, watching the fucking game, drunk as fuck. You know what I mean? He might have his man boobs out, some shit, doing some
Okay,
shit.
man boobs. Hold on. I need no man boobs. I'm losing weight over here, man.
Nah, man, I was fucking with you, bro. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you, bro. So yeah, so take out the last 2 cents. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep going on. Chiefs gonna win. I think Chiefs will win by like 3. I could see something like I could see like something like a 24-21 type of game. I could see that.
For sure, man.
I don't really see a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah. All right, feel it.
What are your favorite bets? What are your favorite? Well, since Show and them are not here again,
I mean, I'm
um,
taking Chiefs money line, and I would
is there
do.
any like prop
I,
bets you
I
like?
think
Is
I'm
there
gonna hedge
anything?
my bets and take the one money line over and one money line under.
Yeah, you know what prop bet I do like? I like the anytime touchdown for Kittle.
Yeah.
And Debo. Debo, I think I saw was like plus 160. I think Kittle's like plus 180 or something like that. I look
You
key
know
like
what
that.
bet I like, and I can see it happening. You know what I'm saying? If Pacheco goes off, he's 30-1 for MVP.
30 for 30. You said 30-1.
For MVP. I can see him having a really good game, like 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's pretty much the reason why on offense we like really doing what we doing. So I would take that bet. I put $20 on that.
Let me see if I can read some. I'm gonna read some stuff off to you, man. Let's read some bets, and I'm gonna see what you're gonna take. All right, let's do this. Brock Purdy over under 246.5 yards.
I'll take the under.
You take the under. All right, Patrick Mahomes over under 262.5 yards.
That's difficult. But I'm gonna take the over.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Um, I'm trying to find some. I ain't fucking bullshit. Uh, who you think gonna win MVP? You said you like the Isaiah Pacheco one.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the Chiefs, if you're not gonna pick Mahomes, either like Pacheco. You know what? I like Rice. I low key like Rice. I think I could see Rice.
But here's the thing: if Rice is going on, like if he has 150 yards and like a couple touchdowns, then that means Mahomes is going off.
It depends though. Like let's say it's just him going off though. You know what I mean? Like let's say Mahomes has like an so-so game. Like Kelsey didn't go off. Isaiah Pacheco didn't have a good game. Like obviously there's a lot of factors that have to go involved.
Yeah.
On the defensive side, I could see either Chris Jones or Snead. I've seen some defensive players winning it.
Yeah.
On the Niners side, I would like either Debo or obviously Christian McCaffrey to win that. Um, if I had to pick a defensive player, I low key like Fred Warner. Fred Warner or
Right.
Drake Greenlow. Honestly, I think one of the linebackers needs to have a big game. Like I could see one of them having like a big turnover or something. If they're gonna, if like, look, if the Niners are gonna win, they need a key turnover in the second half, not the first half. They need a key turnover in the second half. And if anybody's gonna do it, I think it's gonna be one of their linebackers. I think it's gonna be like either like a Greenlaw interception or Warner forces like a fumble or something, like a Pacheco fumble that we haven't seen almost all playoffs. You know what I mean? So.
Like L'Jarius Sneed is plus 1,500 for
I would
MVP.
take that. Like I would
$20
throw a little
get
bullshit 20 on
$20
that shit.
money get you 3 G's, bro.
Or if you got the bread, throw a cool 100. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad.
How much will 100 get you? 1,500. Ooh.
Trying to see what else they got on here.
I wanted to do some squares.
Some squares.
Mhm. Trent McDuffie is plus 22,500. Jesus. I'm gonna put money on Kadarius Tony. I'm just playing.
Yeah, I got to stop at the book tomorrow. I'm gonna stop at the book tomorrow and see if I can
Kind of
find
like
it.
Willie Gay too.
You like Willie Gay?
I can see him getting a couple picks. Chris Jones ain't bad too. Plus 7,500. Get you 1,500,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
15, 20. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
$20
see.
on
Let me
that.
look at these anytime touchdowns. Uh, they got a Sky Moore for plus 5,000.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking about putting some
It's
money on.
Jeremy McKinnon ain't playing, is it?
They said it's oh, what's the name? Said it was a long shot for him to play. He's activated. Like he's taking off IR, but
Damn, they got a damn on fucking DraftKings. They got a Brandon Ayuk anytime touchdown for plus 1,100.
they must really respect Snead then.
They got
That's
Debo plus 950. FanDuel have it at plus 950. They said Bet MGM has it at plus 1,000 for a Debo. That's really good for Debo anytime. That's crazy. Oh no, my bad. I'm tripping. I'm reading this shit wrong. The last touchdown. I'm tripping.
Sky Moore is plus 850.
Rasheed Rice is plus 140 for
He's 135
anytime.
on Williams.
Oh, Ayuk is plus 175. For the first TD, Brandon Ayuk is plus 1,100. I'm not mad
Yeah.
at that. Either I like either a George Kittle or Brandon for a first TD. Who all right? Who you think? Or who all right? Who you think gonna be first TD? First TD of the game. Who you think got first TD of the game?
If the Chiefs get the ball first, I'm going Travis Kelsey.
You got Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm
If
going
the Niners
Travis.
get the ball first,
I got CMC or D. It's either CMC or Debo, but I'm gonna go CMC.
if the Chiefs get it, I'm gonna go with. I'm surprised. I'm gonna go with a Clyde Edwards-Helaire TD.
Wow.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like it seemed like when he gets in, he does pretty good. Either
He does.
him or I can see like a bullshit. I can see a Marquez Valdez Scantling TD. If it's the Niners, I low key like that Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle. I really do. Brandon Ayuk has been pretty quiet the last couple games. I think he's due. I think he's due for a good game.
I think they're gonna put what's the name on him.
Who do you think gets the last TD?
That's a good question. I'm gonna go Isaiah Pacheco.
Pacheco.
Um,
I like that. I like that. I will go with last TD. I think he's gonna like look. If it's the Chiefs, I think it has to be fucking Kelsey.
think
I think
so.
it's gonna be Kelsey. I think Kelsey. To me, it's like a storybook ending with the Taylor Swift shit. That would be like just the perfect shit for that whole storyline. Is Travis Kelsey gets the game winning TD, he runs into Taylor Swift's arms, and does all that bullshit. Let's see what else they got.
Just want to let y'all know there was a report out there that my guy EB came through.
I don't know how that's illegal. How's that legal?
I don't know.
How is that possible? How is EB able to talk to them about a fucking game plan? It's crazy. He's not even part of the fucking goddamn staff. Like, if you want to give a motivational speech, cool. But to give a whole game plan, that should not be fucking legal, dog. Like only the Chiefs. And they can say it and no one's gonna say shit. No one's gonna say shit.
Because he
You know what I
got
mean?
fired, man. He was done.
But fucking Raider fans, like, bro, he's not part of your coaching staff. He's not
No
hired.
matter. You can bring him in. You can
That's
still bring people
crazy,
in.
bro. Nah, man, nah. I think that should be illegal, bro. If you nah, I don't care if you are fired. The season's still going on. After the season, you can talk to them about game plan all the fuck you want. I do not care.
And talk.
Nah, I'm Gucci. Not a whole game plan. If you want to come in and be like, yo, what's up, my G? How you living? How the kids? Cool. If you want to give a motivational speech, cool. But a whole game plan? Come on, bro.
It was
Just
just
put
the
on the
play.
goddamn.
It was It was a play.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That should
Shout
be
out my man.
illegal.
Shout
Roger
out to
Goodell.
EB.
Roger
Shout out to
Goodell.
EB.
Come on, man. Look, look. Roger Goodell. This is
Shout
crazy,
out to
bro.
EB, man. Shout out to
Roger
EB,
Goodell.
man.
This is
Come on
crazy.
home, man. Come home, man. Just come
What do
home.
you what do you think
Damn,
of how they what do you think of how the Commanders treated EB?
I don't like it. I think they set him up for failure. Like,
So you think EB gonna be a chief next year? You think he
I
gonna be
think
an offensive coordinator?
I don't know if he'll be offensive coordinator, but I think he'll be on the staff. I wouldn't be surprised. When you hear Mahomes saying that when he came in, they felt his presence and got goosebumps. Like, yeah, bring him back. Just Clark, bring him back.
Fuck
and
out of here.
he even said, like, you just feel that even the what's his name, Jesse Palmer, the reporter, he was like, the people in the Chiefs was like, if EB was here, some of those attention to details that we was having problems with in the season, that wouldn't have been a problem if EB was there, cussing everybody out.
This is why it should be fucking illegal. Let them
He
go with
was
the staff
slapped
they
the
have
shit
in
out of
now.
MVS.
You got there with the staff you have in there. Why you got this black man in here tainting all this shit?
He was slapped the shit out of MVS. Shout out my man
Fuck out of
Clarence
here.
on our
Y'all
on
cheating
our.
already. See, this is why I know y'all motherfuckers be cheating. Y'all ass up.
We're not
This is
cheating.
crazy. That is illegal. That should be
It's not.
illegal.
It's not illegal.
It's crazy.
He-
It's crazy. I'm
He's a
protesting.
consultant. He's a consultant.
So
He's a
to my
consultant team.
so to my ass. This is Super Bowl, bro. Kick rocks. We got here without you.
The 49ers could do the same thing. They
Nah,
can bring somebody in.
nah. It's all good. We know what's gonna happen, bro.
That's what the
Ref-
Eagles did last year.
what they did with
They bring in Vic Fangio last year.
who?
They brought in Vic Fangio last year to help them with their defense last year
I ain't hear about
in the
that.
Super Bowl. Yes, they did it.
I feel like you making this story up.
I'm dead ass serious. They brought that man in. He had just got hired from Miami. Yeah. So we just taking a page out of the Eagles playbook. How about that?
We saw what happened with that. I don't know if you should be going too much
Yeah,
about
you're
that
right.
shit.
You're right. You're right.
Might want to chill on that shit, my guy.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I
He
mean?
was getting out there getting cooked.
I wouldn't say all that. Like, oh, the defense got cooked. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. The defense is out there getting cooked.
defense got fucking cooked. So, what
Then
you
he-
think? Not to get off topic. What you think about the whole Nick Saban going to college game day?
It's good for college game day. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban's good on the booth. He knows his stuff. You know, he gonna give his insight, and we'll get to see a different side of Nick Saban. He won't be all, mean on the sideline, cussing everybody out. You know what I'm saying? We get
Yeah,
lovable, huggable Nick Saban, I guess. Talking
you
football.
feel the same way. You feel the same way if Bill Belichick got a. You think Bill Belichick should get in the media too? I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, I mean, I said it that it would probably do good for him as far as getting a coaching job if he shows his personality. You know what I'm saying, in the booth. You know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
talking. One of those stages. If he's in there with Howie and Mike Strahan and all them, like I think he would be good with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No,
I
agree.
Because I think Bradshaw, I think it's time to let it go, brother. Like.
Bradshaw, yeah, he didn't got into a couple incidences where he be grabbing on women, kissing them inappropriately and shit. I'm like, bro, you gotta like chill, bro. Your horniness level is like on a 10 on Sunday mornings, bro. It's crazy.
I wouldn't mind him talking. Like he could be in there with Baldy on NFL Network, talk chop top, and talk about, oh, you see these guys in this play, and they're running this defense and blah blah blah. I wouldn't mind seeing Belichick do that. You know what I'm saying? He know what he's talking about. So if you're a football nerd, you like that stuff, the all 22 type stuff.
Yeah, I feel it.
So I'm down for Belichick to talk football. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? People see his personality. Oh, he's not a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's hire him.
Yeah, I think it would definitely help with his perceived notion that he's like some uptight type of person. You know what I mean? But
I think it would do him some good, like I said, to sit back and watch the game. Maybe you need to watch it and see sometimes when you're in it, you don't understand. Like when you on the outside looking in, it's like, oh, okay. Maybe I need to change that. Maybe I need to take that.
Help him be a better coach. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he got to be relating to the young guys and start bumping rap music or nothing, but, but know how to come to their level and talk to them because
Yeah,
these guys are different, man.
yeah,
They're not like the old school guys that'll run through a wall for you or whatever. They weren't getting paid that much back then, so
right, right.
these dudes is making bootload of money.
Nah, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I know we kind of talked about it a couple days ago, but what's your thoughts about potentially seeing a new Last of Us 3 game, man? What you think about that? You know.
I'm waiting for it, man. I'm currently playing part two.
So what do you think? What do you think the part 3 story will be about? You got
Well,
any?
obviously, it's probably going to involve Ellie and Abby, and
Hmm.
so they're probably going to have to come together and fight some new whatever crew, or maybe that crazy lunatic Colt comes back and tries to get them for killing the lady because they killed her, and
Hmm.
uh, yeah, I think that's probably going to be the premise of the story. I think I saw somewhere where I think that's kind of like the premise of the story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I could kind of see that too. I could kind of see them. Obviously, after at the end of game two, that if anybody's watching this, you haven't played Last of Us 2 yet. That's on you. Sorry for spoiling, but shit's been out for
Please.
like almost like what 4 or 5 years now.
Hmm.
Like yeah, like Dina, she got pregnant. You know what I mean with what's homie's name? The Asian
I
dude. What's his
forgot it.
name?
I forgot his name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, she got pregnant with him, but obviously, they kind of, they kind of treated it like it was like their own kid, but with the revenge factor that she had at the end, where she needed to go find fucking Abby, Dina ended up leaving. So I could see it being like kind of a story where it kind of begins where I think it's going to be a very traumatic story. I think it's going to be another traumatic one. I think you're going to see a lot of deaths. I could see maybe a situation where she's searching for Dina, and then maybe it's an instance where she finds her, but something happens to her, or maybe something happens to the baby, or maybe the baby got taken away or something like that, and they got to go search, and then there might be some situation where they end up in the city where Abby's at. They come stumbling across together type of situation, and they got to work together type. I'm curious. I'm curious to see where it goes. Obviously, I think his name is Neil Druckmann or something. He's kind
Hmm.
of like the
Hmm.
executive producer for Last of Us. He was kind of touching base on like how he kind of talked about Last of Us 1, talked about Last of Us 2, and then he kind of started talking about like how originally they didn't have like kind of like an idea for a storyline for part 3, but he says he seems to have found kind of like a new identity for part 3, like kind of like the direction that they want to go. So it seems like we're definitely going to get it. Obviously, I think we're probably not going to get it until PlayStation 6 comes out.
Like
Um,
2027 or something like that.
yeah, PlayStation 6 comes out. So um, I pray I'm still around for that. You know what I mean? I expect to be here for that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. I can't wait to play it. What do you think? What do you think about the whole Microsoft saying like they're gonna start bringing all their games to PlayStation and all that? You know what I mean? Seems like they're giving up on the whole exclusivity war with gaming and stuff like that.
It's good because we get to some of them games that on PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm, mhm.
Like get this, you might get a Halo on PlayStation
Yeah,
5.
no, they
You
were talking
know?
about it. I think they're talking about putting like Gears of War. I think they're talking about putting Starfield. Obviously, when they did the whole, I think it was E3 or something like that. They had the Blade reveal. Obviously, people assumed that was just going to be an Xbox game, but I think it seems like it's more likely going to be on PlayStation as well. Um, I think obviously I think it's good. I think it also kind of shows that they see that PlayStation is just a superior console, not in the sense of schematics. Not saying that the PlayStation 5 is more powerful than Xbox. I think obviously schematics show that the Xbox is powerful, more powerful than PlayStation. But PlayStation just has the better like all the clients.
Experience.
Yeah, all the clientele is over at PlayStation. Like they've sold more. They got
And
more.
I
They
could
got better
and I
games. They got more
and I
better.
could argue that Xbox Online play is better than PlayStation.
What you mean? Like what you mean online play?
Just the flow of it, I think
Hmm.
is better over there on Xbox. Like just how it flows and everything. Whereas I just think the gameplay is better in PlayStation, but I think the online just overall experience is better
Um,
on Xbox.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what game you're playing. Obviously,
Yeah,
I think PlayStation definitely has the better exclusive games. I
yeah,
don't think it's
of
even
course.
close. Like you got the likes of like Last of Us, you got the God of Wars, you have Ghost of Tsushima's, you have obviously you have like what's the other games coming out? They got some other games coming out this year that are exclusive that look pretty good. I think even the Wolverine game is exclusive to
Mm,
PlayStation, the new one. I think with Xbox, man, they've like all their big exclusive games have kind of failed. Starfield, obviously, that was I think their big one that they assumed was gonna take them off and kind of shoot them to the moon. Kind of like how God of War and Last of Us and all the other games did for PlayStation. But they had a rocky going. I didn't think it ended too well. They had like another arcane game. I think it was like a vampire game. I think that didn't do too well. So I think they just kind of conceded the whole exclusivity war type of thing. I think they want to do the best where they can just get more bang for buck, especially with them acquiring Activision. That was a big um, acquire for them with
mm,
having all their slot of games that they have, Call of Duties and all that type of stuff. So there's no point in keeping those exclusive. You want those to be out and make the majority of the money that they do have. But you got a lot of Xbox game fans that are not really too happy about it. So I think you can start seeing. Obviously, Xbox consoles haven't really been selling well. I think that you can start seeing those slow down pretty more. You know what I mean? Or because honestly, I do not see PlayStation giving them giving them exclusivity to their games. I do not see that at all. So
hell
if people
no.
are hoping that, I do not see that at all. If you're hoping that fucking Spider Man is gonna come to Xbox, don't. The only way that's gonna happen is if Xbox acquires PlayStation or PlayStation acquires Xbox. That's the only way. But PlayStation in no way, shape, or hell is giving them any kind of exclusive games at all. You know what I mean? None. That ain't happening. So
I
um,
agree.
it will definitely help PlayStation's catalog as far as like their version of Game Pass. Maybe you might start seeing some of that stuff too. So do you think we'll ever see them combined at all?
No, I think one would just get bought out.
You think that who you think will buy out who if that were to ever happen? I know Microsoft probably has more money. I think they got more money, but
Uh,
The PlayStation name is more
Sony,
powerful than.
Sony ain't no slouch now.
No, I'm not saying there's no slouch. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I think if you look, I don't. I'm saying I think if I had to choose, I think Microsoft has more money than
Let's
Sony.
find
I
out. Let's
could be
find.
wrong. I
Let's
could be
find
wrong.
out. Let's
I
find
could
out.
be wrong.
Microsoft
What's their net worth?
net worth. Okay, so they're worth 3.8 trillion.
Okay, how much is Sony worth?
Sony. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
How much are they worth?
Yeah, 19.86 billion.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, Microsoft laps them for
And
sure.
that is of February today.
Yeah.
As of today.
So obviously if anybody's gonna unless Microsoft is just be like, here, we'll sell this off for a certain amount, like just the Xbox shit, like the games, like obviously Xbox console will go away, but we'll sell off like the catalogs, all that type of shit. But if Microsoft were to buy Sony PlayStation, I think they have to keep that name. They have to keep that name. PlayStation
Keep
is just
PlayStation? Yeah,
they
of
have to.
course. It's a
PlayStation
household
is
name.
it's a household console that I don't think should ever go away.
What they
If you're
call
gonna
it?
try
X
to
Station.
Nah, that shit would be fucking trash. Get that shit out of here, dog. Get that shit out of here, bro. That
They
shit
call
be
it
out of here.
X
Like, no,
Station.
just keep PlayStation, but just make it powerful as Microsoft. Like, because I think, like, obviously, there are rumors about the new PlayStation Pro that could potentially be coming out here in the next year or two. You also starting to hear rumors of that. Like you have the PlayStation Portable out, but there's also rumors of having like a real PlayStation handheld game that will play PlayStation 5 games. I think that
Mhm.
would be huge. I think there's a big clamor for handheld games more. I'm surprised they got out of the PSP shit. I get it wasn't really selling, but I think handheld games are becoming more popular now. I think it's getting close to back to the Game Boy days. I think, you know what I mean. I think a lot of
Where's
people have
Game Boy?
Switches. You have a lot of the PC kind of handheld consoles now and stuff like that. I think they're very popular. I'll be excited to see that. I'm assuming PlayStation Pro will probably come out maybe next year. You know what I mean? I could see it probably coming out with Grand Theft Auto 6. I could see that. I could see them doing like a package thing with that.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that too.
Mhm.
All right, man. Who you think gonna get this Caleb Williams sweepstakes?
Caleb Williams. I just think the writing's on the wall with the Commanders, man. I think you have his old college OC. Um, you got
Hey, but let
huh?
me ask you a question. Do you think the Bears can afford to miss on the generational talent like Caleb Williams?
If I'm the Bears, no. But if Caleb Williams strongholds them, then they have no choice. I'm not gonna take on some disgruntled quarterback that can eventually leave me in 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they could probably tag him, but if he doesn't want to play for you, he doesn't want to play.
Because I
Um,
saw a scenario. Well, let's say Bears take Caleb Williams.
mhm,
Washington takes Marvin Harrison Jr.
mhm.
and they said they'll take a second for Justin Fields, and they trade for Justin Fields.
Oh, like the Commanders do that,
Mm-hmm.
and they just have. Oh, that's a possibility too. Like, I wouldn't mind that as well. Obviously, you would want Caleb Williams first
Mm-hmm.
over Justin Fields, but I'm sure Kingsbury wants Caleb Williams.
Of
I'm
course.
sure Magic Johnson wants Caleb Williams.
Hmm. Of
You know
course, that's
Magic,
gonna
bro.
put it's gonna put butts in seats. Of
He's
course.
gonna put butts in seats. He's from that Washington D.C. area. Um, I think having a black quarterback, not to bring this about race, but I think a black quarterback in that city would be
Of
huge. They don't
course.
call it Chocolate City for no reason.
Hmm.
So I think it would be huge. I think that'll be their number one play. The Commanders have, like, I know there was rumors about if Kingsbury came to us that we might have a shot. It would be a long shot for us to get
I think y'all gonna get what's your name?
who Jaden Daniels.
I think y'all gonna trade up and
I
go
think we're
get
gonna
him,
try to get him. I think our first obviously
especially with the history of him and Pierce
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. I think
Arizona
I think
State.
they're gonna really try hard to get Jaden Daniels. Now, how much is that's gonna cost us? It's gonna cost us a lot because we're gonna probably have to get to, depending on what they do at two. Got to get it to number three. So that's gonna cost us a couple ones, a couple twos, and maybe a player. So we got to figure that out. I think if we don't get Jaden Daniels, I think you're starting to hear more and more about JJ McCarthy and Bo Nix. You got Raider fans kind of like trying to talk themselves into JJ McCarthy. Like, obviously, he's 6'3". There's a couple throws where he looks pretty good. I know he had the one throw against Ohio State that was in between two defenders. I get it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a couple plays that looks great, but in those college football playoff games, he looked fucking terrible. Like, there, he was just not popping off the screen. He looked like a terrible quarterback. His accuracy was horrible. You know what I mean? He did not look good. He did not convince me that he was going to be a really good quarterback. Like, when we saw CJ Stroud against Georgia, we were like, oh yeah, he's going to be cool. Now, how long it takes him to be, we didn't expect him to be great this soon, but we knew he was going to be good eventually.
Yeah.
Um, but I think with Caleb, I think he's going to find his way to Washington. What do you think?
Yeah. I just think, like I said, it just depends on what the Bears want, man.
Like, if you're Ryan Pohl, what would you want? Like, you could either get a haul for that number one pick. I could see you
Yeah,
getting maybe two number ones, maybe three even possible, just to move up one slot. If the Washington Commanders are that desperate to get Caleb Williams, stronghold him. You know what I mean? Stronghold him for 3 first-round picks if that's what they really want, and they'll do it. I think at this point with how that new regime is, I think they want to be good really fast, and they want to take all the necessary abilities to do it. If they got to give up 3 first-round picks, they'll do it. If you can do that, then you could just literally surround Justin Fields with a whole bunch of talent. Or even if you trade back, you can still try to get Drake May. You can still try to get Jaden Daniels. Or if you want to trade, if you still want to keep, even then, you could trade back to 2, get all those picks from the Bears, and then let's say the Raiders want to move up to get Jaden Daniels, and you threaten them to take Jaden Daniels at 2. Then you could strong hold us, get another 3 first-round picks, and maybe a second-round pick, and maybe a player. Bro, why if you're the Bears, why wouldn't you do that? Because then it's like, okay, yeah, you don't get Caleb Williams, but you got 6 first-round picks, maybe a couple 2s, maybe a good defensive player or a solid offensive player or something like that. Maybe you try to get Josh Jacobs or something from us. You know what I mean? Maybe you try to see if you can get Devontae Adams from us, or they're not going to give Max Crosby away, but maybe you try to see if you can get a Max Crosby. I don't think it will happen, though. I wouldn't give Max Crosby away. Obviously, I don't think they're going to give Devontae Adams away. I think the best bet for a player is probably Josh Jacobs. If any superstar talent you have would be Josh Jacobs, depending if he, re-signs with us. I think they can franchise tag him again. So if I'm the Bears, why wouldn't you try to do that? If you know Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to you. Now, if Caleb Williams is open to go to you, then you take Caleb Williams and you trade Justin Fields for a second round pick, and then you try to build more that way, I guess, in the second round.
Yeah.
What would you do in those 2 scenarios? What would you do? Let's say you can go both ways. Caleb Williams wants to be with you, or you can get a total of like 6 first round picks off of those 2 trades. What would you do?
I mean, damn, both of them are kind of a win-win situation. But if you're Chicago, man, you need a splash, bro. Like, you need that guy. Yeah. You need that franchise quarterback. And if he wants to come to Chicago, then, man, you can't pass that up. Because you could be looking back and being like, yeah, you surrounded Justin Fields with all his talent, but you come to find out he's just not that guy.
Or you can wait another year. You got Shador out there next year. You got
Shador,
the kid. You got
Shador and Caleb.
How do we know that? Shador's
you
nice.
You're right. No, he is nice. He's nice.
With the talent that he ever had around him, he put up some really good numbers.
No, he
and
did.
On top of that, he was blow for blow with Caleb Williams. Like,
he was.
Let's see Shador with some real talent next year. Let's see what he does. I think you're a little too fast saying that, brother. I think Shador could be nice next year.
Nah, I hear you.
Then on top of that, you got the cat from Georgia. I think the Georgia cat that I think went transferred over or something. I think he can be a top pick next year too, if I'm not mistaken.
Where did he go?
I don't know. Or is he young? I don't know. All I know is my man just bought a Lamborghini Urus. You know what I mean? He might be young. I don't know. But then on top of that,
I know the Texas quarterback is coming.
You got the Texas quarterback. So you got Quinn Ewers next year. You got Oregon's quarterback. I think he could come out next year. You got what's my man that used to play at Washington State? Who did he transfer to? His name Cam Ward. Yeah, you got him.
He went to Miami. He went to Hurricanes.
Yeah, you got him. You got to see how he can do. You got the cat who transferred from Duke, who went to Notre Dame. You know what I mean? He put Riley, what's his name? Riley something.
Then you got Will Howard, who transferred. I think he went to Ohio State.
Yeah, so there's quarterbacks out there now. They who knows if they'll be on, as I say, Caleb Williams. I think Shador has a possibility of being that. Even Cam Ward has a possibility of being that, I think. You could go into that. If it don't work well, if you get the 6 first round picks, you could try getting that quarterback. If it don't work well, you got the Manning kid coming out probably 2 years from now.
I'm surprised he didn't transfer.
I think I low-key think he knows that next year will be his year. Let's say they start off slow. Like, he can get replaced quick too. Quinn Ewers could get replaced too. There was a couple games last year where he didn't look too good, and you know what I mean? And it could have been that time, but maybe he's comfortable being in Texas. He picked it, so I'm sure he's comfortable with it. I'm sure he wants to stick with Sarkisian too.
Yeah. Yeah, the quarterback. You got Brady Cook too from Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there is talented quarterbacks that can come out next year. Like
the kid from Kansas is nice too. He just can't stay healthy, man. But he's nice.
So I'm saying, like, look, like you have options as the Bears. Like, you can get the 6 first round picks and just if you fell off them 6 first round picks, that's on you. That's on you. You know what I mean? So we'll
Uh-uh.
see. We'll see. You saw that the Chargers are gonna try to trade Khalil Mack. Where you think Khalil Mack should go?
What are they gonna try to get from him? He old.
Um, yeah, but he had a really good year last year, though.
He
I
did have
think
a
I
good
could see
year.
him getting like maybe a second or a third. I can see that.
I
They ain't getting him
see.
first.
I know one thing: Buffalo better not do it again.
Oh, like Buffalo try to get Khalil.
Don't get the old linebacker again,
Well, here's
brother.
the thing, though. With Von Miller, he was older, but he played really well until he got
He
hurt.
did.
He did.
Hmm.
Now, if you could match them two up together, like you could get rid. Are you asking this for one good solid year?
I think they
It's a
get rid of Von Miller.
possibility.
I think Von Miller's gone next year.
You think he's gone
Uh,
next year?
I think they cut him. Um,
I would like Khalil Mack with the Texans.
Texans or the other Texas team, Dallas.
Dallas, I could see that. Pairing
And,
him
and,
up with Michael Parsons.
mhm.
Maybe he wants to try to come back to the Raiders, man. You never
I can
know.
see
That could be
that,
a
but
possibility.
I don't know if the Chargers will trade him to y'all.
Nah, I don't know if they would. Unless if they just think that he's just not gonna be good and they don't give a fuck type of shit.
Yeah,
I could see Seahawks. I could see a Seahawks type of situation. I definitely could see a Detroit Lions situation. They need help on that D line for sure.
that's a good one.
I could see a Jaguars situation. I think they
Yeah.
need help on that D line for sure.
Mhm.
I could see an Eagles situation. The Eagles will always try to swing for D linemen. I could see that too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure about the Commanders. Um, I could see maybe a Panthers situation. Get some help depending on what they're going to do with Brian Burns. That's going to be interesting because he's a free agent this year, right? Brian Burns is a free agent.
Mhm.
Where do you think he goes? You think he stays in Carolina? You think he goes somewhere else? Obviously, we'll have
Uh,
more time to talk about
I
this.
think when you got what's the name on the rookie deal, man. Go ahead and pay Brian Burns, man. Like, don't be stupid. Like,
Nah, I think they should, but
I think he
you know,
stays.
I think
I
you
think
need
he
to keep
stays.
talent. That's the last thing Carolina needs to do is get rid of talent. They need to keep
Yeah,
all the talent that they got.
yeah, yeah. I think they keep him. I think they keep him unless they just desperate for a first round pick because I think you get a first round for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he keep him.
Hmm.
Build around that defense. Get another defensive lineman on that line with him, and hopefully that defense can improve. They need to improve on the back end. That's what they really need to improve on.
Hmm. So, what's your thoughts on Tiafimo tomorrow night? How you think this fight's gonna go tomorrow?
You don't win.
Or what about the Keyshawn Davis fight? What do you think about that one?
I think Keyshawn wins. I think he's going against. I mean, what's the name's old man? He
Hmm.
old man. He better win this fight
Yeah.
because I think this fight could set him up for him and Frank Martin. That's what everybody wants to see him fight. Him and Frank Martin.
Hmm.
So it could possibly set him up later this year for him and Frank. Um, yeah, but I think Tiafimo puts on the show. Beats dude.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing with Eddie Hearn. He was talking about trying to get him to Connor Ben to fight Tank. What do you think about
He
that?
got he offered him a 3-fight deal.
Yeah, he offered a 3 fight deal. I think it was Tank, then Devin Haney, and then going to Wembley Stadium to
Australia.
fight. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
What's your name, son? Um, what's his name? His name is Cable. What's the dude they used to Ricky Hatton? So Cable Hatton, that's his
Cable
name.
Hearn. Yeah, and Wembley Stadium. Yeah.
Hmm.
You think
And
you think you think he should take that? You think he should take those three?
might as well beat the shit out of Conor Ben because I'm sick and tired of his mouth. Uh, we all want to see him and Devin, but I think the Devin Haney fight, if you're gonna make that deal, make it last.
Yeah, I would
Like
make that last. I
he's
wouldn't
the
make that one.
he's
I
the
would I
final
would do
boss.
my three would be Connor Ben,
Hmm.
Devin Haney, and then Tiafimo.
Yeah, that's
That would
how I
be
would
my
do it
real
too.
three. That would be
Yeah,
my real three right
but
there.
I
That
think
that
Tiafimo fights. I think he fights this fight at 140, and I wouldn't be surprised if he fights Matisse next, and then he moves up to
moves up to
147.
fight. You think he moves up to fight TC? You think that TC Tiafimo fight ever happens?
No,
No.
no. If you listen to Terrence Crawford's corner, they're dead set on this Canelo fight.
No, I'm talking about after Canelo. I think
Uh,
Canelo's gonna have it first. I think let's say hypothetically this. Let's say he fights Canelo, it doesn't go his way, he loses. Good fight, close fight. No harm, no foul. You know what I mean? Like he moved up 2, 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. No one's gonna dink him on this. Like he shot his shot, and let's say Terrence Crawford fell. I think he's gonna win, me
yeah.
personally. But let's just do hypothetics. Let's say he goes in, wins, loses a close fight to Canelo. Tiafimo's right there. He's rolling. Let's say he beats Devin Haney. Let's say he fights Devin Haney later this year, beats him. Big time fight. Big time fight. I think Terrence Crawford will come back down and take that to say fuck
I
it. Let's see
think,
what's up.
but here's the thing. I think that Crawford will only take that fight because, all right, Tiafimo, you beat Devin Haney. That's cool. You beat him at 140. He's gonna make him fight Boots.
Oh, make him fight Boots. Yeah, I could see that. Because honestly, like low key, man, a Boots Tiafimo fight would be really interesting, dog. I
That's what
think
I'm
that would be a
saying.
really
He will make
interesting
him
fight.
fight
I think
Boots.
that would be a good fight. I think I could see that. I could see that. I could see him like, let's say, obviously we all think he's gonna win tomorrow. Hopefully he's focused
Mhm.
tomorrow. It seems like he's
Mhm.
focused. Seems like he's
Yeah,
in really good spirits. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like obviously
Mhm.
after his whole divorce situation, I think that took a lot out of him in his
Yeah.
couple fights that he looked pretty bad. But he seems like he's in really good spirits. I saw him talking shit to Keyshawn Davis and all that type of shit.
Mhm.
So, he talking his shit to Terrence Crawford. So it seems like he got his cockiness back. So I'm expecting a really great show tomorrow. Tickets are
Yeah,
pretty cheap. I'm debating on even going to that fight tomorrow. So
really.
we'll see. Yeah, man, like you can get lower bowl for like $100 right now for that shit.
Nice.
So we'll see. I most likely I'll probably just watching on ESPN. But I could low key kind of see a trail to Jerron Ennis. I really think I could see that. When you really think of when I wasn't thinking about that, but if he wants to move up to 147, I could see that. I think that's the fight Jerron Ennis needs. I think
Yes.
like Tiafimo don't need him, but Jerron Ennis need him. I think Jerron Ennis should literally start talking his shit and try to get Tiafimo to come up and fight his ass. I really think he should consider that
Because
because
the
honestly,
thing,
if Tiafimo wants to be able, if Tiafimo wants to, I'm not saying he's not confident in being Terrence Crawford, but if he wants to get a feel on how Terrence Crawford is going to be, I think Jerron Ennis is probably his best bet to try to get
and
a kind
unfortunately
of
for
idea of what Terrence Crawford is
and
about.
unfortunately for Jerron Ennis, all of the top tier fighters are either moved up or
Yeah,
retiring. They're
yeah. So I
gone.
think he needs Tiafimo to move up. I think he needs Tiafimo to move up. Or I
So
think he needs a Tiafimo. I think he needs a Ryan Garcia to move up. I think he needs these fights.
yeah,
It seems like the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight seems like it's potentially going to happen.
yeah,
Seems like they're negotiating on that. Seems like they want to get it done. I saw a couple things where Oscar De La Hoya was trying to fuck it up again. You know what I mean? But Devin Haney called it out, and Ryan Garcia is like, "Nah, fuck that. We'll get this shit resolved." That's how I look. I don't care how anybody feels about Ryan Garcia, bro. I I like that kid, man, and he needs to get out of Oscar De La Hoya's shadow quick because
Mhm.
Oscar De La Hoya is doing nothing but a disservice to him and his company, bro. He's making
Yeah,
himself look terrible.
I agree.
I'm really curious to know how many more fights he has to fight underneath Oscar.
I don't know.
I'll,
Yeah, yeah. Shakur Stevenson turned down a $15 million offer from Top Rank
to do what
to extend.
he turned it down.
He's gonna
I'm not
fight.
surprised. I
He's
don't
gonna
think he.
fight one. He's gonna fight his one more fight and then be a free agent.
Where do you think he goes?
PBC.
Think PBC? Yeah, I think so too. I think PBC is the best route to go. Um,
PBC.
Al Hammond is doing great over there. You know what I mean? They got a great slew of fighters over there that could potentially make big fights out of there. So yeah, it's a smart move. Um, I think Ryan Garcia needs to get out of there, head to PBC too. I think all fighters need to go to PBC. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the weight class.
It
Like
do.
like PBC is good for like 135 to 147.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
Ryan Garcia fits
maybe
that.
154. Maybe 154.
Yeah, I think Ryan Garcia fits that. I think
Yeah.
I think all of them should go. All of them cats should just go to PBC at this point because Oscar De La Hoya, he's very spiteful. Um, you got my other man, what's his name?
Bob Arum.
Bob Arum. I guess he's all right, but he has his own little ways.
Holding some fights back. Like he was
No,
holding
he do.
Terrence.
I
He
feel
was
like he's
holding
more
Terrence.
scary where he don't want to lose have the potential of losing his big fighter to a big fight. You know what I mean?
He was
But
holding Terrence Crawford back for years. And it
yeah,
took Crawford to find like, yeah, I can't do this.
what do you think of His Excellency creating another belt for boxing? What do you think about that?
Who?
The Excellency from Saudi Arabia, the guy that's been trying to make all these Fury fights, and he made
Look, I like dude because he making fights happen because he just got that Benavieve and Bevo fight
yeah.
set for June 1st. But we don't need no more damn belts.
Look, look. I've said this before. Like, no disrespect to His Excellency. If you would like to invite Cris Style and Mal out there for a boxing match, we will gladly accept. You know what I mean? Trust me. If you see this, we will gladly accept. So no disrespect to you, but I would really love to see, like, they need to do something. Look, if you're gonna have these boxing fights out there, you gotta fix the atmosphere out there, bro. Because them atmospheres out there in Dubai just be low key lacking, man. It's just no energy in those buildings, man. I even
They
saw
don't
something,
care.
but I saw something where they even gonna start selling liquor out there because I think they know. Like, look, if you're gonna have all these big time fights, you need the atmosphere, bro. Look at even the females like Katie Taylor fight in like Ireland. They be live as fuck. They be lit.
Mm-hmm.
The Wembley Stadium, Anthony Joshua fights, they be live. Them Fury fights be live. In America, like Vegas, they be live. You know what I'm saying? If it's the right fight, they need to fix that. Like, look, if you're gonna make all these big time fights, you need to make that atmosphere way more appealing for people to watch it on TV. Because most of the time, even the big fights be like snoozers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no disrespect to His Excellency. You know what I mean? I saw Javante Davis was like, send me 2 Ferraris or Lambos and shit. And Excellency is like, nah, I'll send you some gloves. Oh my god, damn dog. Because I think he was trying to make Javante Davis versus Devin Haney or some shit or something like that. I think he was trying to make that fight or something.
I'm tired of boxing now. They just getting on my nerves. Just make the damn fights.
Yeah. You saw my man climbing the sphere. Yeah, he was doing it for some lady that has cancer.
I don't know. He
Not
did it
cancer,
for a
she's
good
pregnant or something.
cause, but just why don't you just donate some money to her or something like?
Funny shit is, I guess he didn't know how to get down. That motherfucker. Honestly, when I saw the video of him climbing, I was like, yeah, low key don't look. I'm not saying I would ever fucking do this shit, but it don't look that hard though, because like I guess the way the lights are, that brings out like the images on the sphere, like it looks like it's easy to climb, and it didn't look like it was too tough for him. I would never do that shit, but for them crazy ass thrill seekers, I wouldn't recommend to do it, but
I don't know
look,
how these people do it. They be climbing into buildings and stuff.
nah, I'd be crazy. You ever see all that documentary where the dude climbed some mountain with no harness, no nothing? He just climbed with his hands or some shit.
What, Mount Everest?
Nah, I don't think it was Mount Everest, but it was a big ass mountain. But he didn't have no harness, no nothing. He just climbed with his hands, man. I'm like, bro, y'all are crazy as hell.
I guess they got the motto, you only live once, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And oh, yo, this is from me to show and everybody else. Your attendance records are going pretty high right now, so about to start sending some some letters out.
For what?
Attendance records. Attendance records are bad right now. Attendance records are bad right now, dog. Gotta give them a verbal warning.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just messing. I'm
Yeah.
just messing. People got lives, man. I'm just messing, man.
And another person that's getting a late night hell no of the week is Drake. You nasty nigga. I just want to let you know you're nasty.
You watched the video?
I know I didn't see it. I'm glad I didn't see it.
Hey man, all I know is my man stroking his meat. That's all I know.
I don't want to see that. I'm glad I didn't see it. But you're a nasty nigga, boy. You're supposed to be you one of the top artists in the world. You don't need to do that type of stuff, man.
You do whatever you fucking other motherfucker do.
She Taylor Swift
send a little.
popping her stuff out there. No,
I'm sure she has a video out there somewhere. It just has not come to light. Them Swifties got her shit on lock.
and
She probably,
flowers and I know y'all don't, especially Ma. He doesn't particularly care for this young lady. Shout out to Meg Stallion. She always blesses my timeline. You know,
with what? Oh, she shook her ass again.
them cheeks, nigga. What are you talking about, man?
Uh, nah, she cool. Like I'm not saying she don't
And,
got ass. I'm just not. I'm just not a fan of
oh,
Megan Thee Stallion.
partisan. What's the girl that partisans
The
with?
parties girl, okay. She did the hand down the crack type shit.
Yeah,
That shit was, yo, that shit was tear, bro. That shit was tear. So like I saw the videos of both, man, and I saw like they were kind of like comparing them. So I saw the females all tripping and shit. Like, why you ain't gotta compare? You know, you can't just give love to both ladies. And shit. Nah, fam, this
no,
is a
they did their thing.
competition.
They
This
did
is a
their thing.
respectful
But Jada
competition.
killed her. She did kill her.
Nah, Jada killed her dog, but
She did kill her.
listen here, like no disrespect to Meg. I'm just not a fan of her music. I'm not. That's not me hating. Just not a
No, I
fan.
hear you.
Just not a
I
fan.
hear
It's all
you.
good. It's just not for me. Even Sexy Red, like I think Sexy Red is. Now you saw her twerk video after her giving birth and shit. Huh?
Glorilla, she got a new song coming out.
What song?
It's called Yeah Glow. She's
Uh,
pulling up.
yeah.
She pull
um,
she pulls up to a drive through rapping, and she's both characters. She looked like the I don't know if yet for all you porn watchers, y'all remember the porn with the chick was dressed up like the Popeyes chicken worker. That's how she was dressed.
yeah, I saw the little thing. People were comparing it to the little porn thing. Again, Glow. I'm not really a fan, so yeah, Glow. Yeah, no for me. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Maybe she has some energy, like glitch energy.
Yeah, Glitch Energy. Shout out to Glitch, man. They've been showing us love. Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preferences. Whether you're into fruity flavors like Maui Punch and Cherry Bomb, or prefer something unique like Blue Smurf, and grenades. There's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who simply need a boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Again, that's glitchenergy.com. Remember to use promo code Cris Style and Mal to get 10% off your purchase and start enjoying these great, delicious, energizing drinks. So shout out to Glitch, man. Make sure y'all use that promo code. Save a little bit of bread. It's always good to save a little bit of money.
Yeah, shout out to Glitch. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Apple, Google, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, whatever you use to listen to your podcast on, Cris Style and Mal's podcast is available on there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could tap in with us, get in the comment section, comment on our topics that we talk about. We want you guys to join in on the discussion. We want to get y'all opinions on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, go ahead and do that.
Please do. Please do.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitch, whatever you use, Cris Style and Mal is on there. Follow us, we'll follow you back. Go ahead and give us feedback, critiques, topics, a question, that y'all want us to bring up, whether it be sports or, entertainment, music, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
we like the question or the topic, we will bring it up. We will put it in the docket and we will shout you out for said question or topic. So go ahead and do that because we want to give y'all the best sports and entertainment content that we can guys can give you. So go and do that. We want y'all to be a part of the show just as much as we are. All right, y'all. Yeah. Till next time, y'all be safe out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? The Super Bowl week. I know there's a lot of parties going on, especially this weekend. But y'all be
Mm-hmm.
safe out here. Don't be doing nothing stupid and
Yeah.
crazy.
Don't
Get
blow
you up
all your
in
money
jail.
either because Valentine's Day is coming up quick. You know,
Yeah.
shorty's gonna want some. You know what I
Don't
mean?
blow your money and don't end up in jail.
Nah,
Okay?
yeah. Stay out of jail, please. No
You
drinking and
know?
driving either. Don't do the
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes senior stuff. Don't do that.
Why you
Don't
gotta
do
do
that.
that? Why you put his name in it? Huh?
Cause it's
Why
his
you put
third
mine?
time.
Why you put his name in there?
What you
Anyway,
mean?
get a Uber. Get an Uber or get a designated driver.
For sure. Yeah, please. I know there's gonna be a lot of parties. Everybody gonna be out. Be safe. Make sure you get back home to your loved ones. You know what I mean? So
And be nice to the casino workers out there that y'all go to these casinos to, the bartenders and the bellhops, whoever at the
yeah,
casino. Y'all
servers, all that. Be
servers, you be
cool.
nice to them. Now if
Be
they
nice
give
to
you
them,
that,
man.
now if they assholes, then whatever. But
Yeah.
they giving you good service and they nice, you tip them right, and be nice.
Be
All right,
nice, man. You know what I mean? Everybody have a great time. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. And we'll see y'all on Monday.
go Chiefs.
Boo.